glasses and a lady on his arm.
Mr. Electro, yo, Mr. E. Yo, Mr. Electro, yo, Mr. E.
He's eloquent, he's sassy too, he's filled with lots of thoughts. He's friends with Mr. Rancho. Hey, Mr. Rancho Fox.
Yo, Mr. E.
He's got a heart of gold, lots of pennies for his thoughts. And he's never short with a smile, and the girls like him a lot. He's the man with the infectious cackle, the man with the mic. He's one of a kind, he's great as can be.
His name is Mr. E. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
He's the father of the webcam, the godfather of Stick Am. Yo, Mr. Electro, yo, Mr. E. He's the man.
Oh, what's up, guys? What's up? What a fucking weekend in boxing. I don't even know how to begin. I fucking wish, right? Anyway, what a fucking weekend in boxing, guys, huh? Bruce Gas in the house. What's up, Carlos Mendoza? How you doing, too, Matador? Oh, Nightcrawler, what you doing, man? Did you find your toothbrush after all this? No, I couldn't find my toothbrush. You see? Nope. You gotta come better than that. My feelings don't get hurt. I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. You gotta come better than that. Come on. Anyway, back to business. Yo, this weekend in boxing, please participate in the poll up there. Because I'm really kind of curious. Because I'm gonna say this right now. Both the zone and top rank, they killed it this weekend. They fucking killed it this weekend because top rank, ESPN Plus, holy shit, that was great. That was great. Yeah, Nightcrawler. No, I'm slowly coming back. I'm more upbeat. Better news. Got plans for the future. So yeah. Anyway, you forgot who promoted what. Well, basically, Friday was Top Rank and Saturday was the Zone. Just look at it like that. I appreciate that. I really do, Nightcrawler. I absolutely 100% appreciate that. Apparently, I was MIA. It's been a while since I've actually been doing regular streams on YouTube, and I'm starting to come back slowly. I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. It's just going to take me a little time, but I'm coming back. Bruce Gas says, I got plans to get my ass off the couch and go for a walk. Do you? Yeah, I got to start doing that more because I am. I have been a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been able to work out. So my weight loss has stagnated to. I've been at the same weight now for about a month or two. I'm gonna go. All right. Nightcrawler says I'm gonna go back to lurking. Stop giving you shit and let you do your thing. I appreciate it, Nightcrawler. It's never shit, man. And even the people that give me shit's really never shit. If you've known me for a while, it's stuff like that. Oh yeah, Carlos Taylor versus Serrano. Yeah, yeah. Holy shit, dude. I was I was in Black and Brown's room before I went live, and they were and Black and Brown was talking about the fight, and he was one thing he said is that he was right. For someone that didn't have to stay and fight it out in the phone booth, Amanda Serrano, she wanted to show what she was capable of, and she fought it out with somebody that goddamn fights more than her brother, which is Cruz. That was Pitbull Cruz's sister, from what I understand. Thursday night, I didn't watch Thursday night. I know that Friday was ESPN Plus, so that's predominantly Top Rank, and the Zone is mostly PBC, and I don't know. I can't afford both apps, but because of this, the boxing events this weekend, I wanted to see them, so I didn't mind spending the money. but I'm gonna cancel the zone after it runs out. I'm not gonna go resubscribe until another good fight comes up. Let's see. Bruce Grass says I tried, but can't get into the ladies fighting. Listen, at first I was the same way, Bruce. I really was. I really was the same way. But here's the thing: the ladies are fighting more than the men, and I don't mean physically in the ring, even though they are doing that too. The ladies are willing to fight each other. They make no excuses. They cross the street. There's no that none of that petty bullshit that I'm not crossing the street going on with the women as it is with the men. And that brings back an old school flavor. Plus, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bruce, some of these women, holy fuck. Yeah, some of these women, I gotta tell you, yeah, Carlos Mendoza is right. The female boxing is making the men boxing look bad. Ducking, exactly, man. The females are not ducking; they're fucking mixing it up. I get it, man. I get it, Bruce Gas. I really do. But you don't have to worry about going to see it because I'm going to talk about it. And if the way I describe it and the way I talk about it doesn't, you know, get you to want to see it, then there's something wrong with my delivery, and I'll improve on that. Yes, it is. Carlos Mendoza, you're right. This is definitely the golden age for female boxing. Um, when Layla Ali was fighting, when she started out fighting, now mind you, this was an excellent. I mean, she was the tops when it comes to female boxers. It wasn't as popular as it is right now. The females are really coming into their own right now, and they are taking advantage of it. And some of these some of these women are getting six figures and more, and God bless them for doing that. And this is one of those sports. Let me put it to you this way: you have you have you have women's basketball, the WNBA. You have women's soccer, stuff like that. And there's a lot of jokes going on out there. Why doesn't this sport make any money, and why don't the men support this sport? The men support the sport that they want to see, such as football, baseball, boxing, so on and so forth. But this sport, boxing in particular, the women, my wife included, mind you, the women are coming into their own. The women fans are starting to come out in droves, and the men, because these women are crossing the street, fighting each other. The top 10 women are fighting each other without question. And we are getting these bomb ass events where these girls get out in the middle of the ring and they are not afraid to mix it up whatsoever. It's one of those things. I'm gonna tell you, Bruce. It's one of those things where it'll come to you when it comes to you, if it comes to you at all. Honestly, again, I've been becoming a fan over the past year. Watching, and I've known about it for a while, but I've only become a fan over the past year, and that's because these women are showing some serious talent in the ring. These girls, I mean, if you watch Baumgartner's fighting style, oh my God, this girl's jab is lethal. I mean, if that girl hit me, I know I would fucking feel it. What's Carlos saying here? Carlos, I respect Layla Ali and Wolf, but let's be real, they don't hold a candle to what. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Carlos. I give them respect, and they were good fighters, but the stuff that these girls are doing now, these women are kicking ass and taking names, and they're not afraid to show it. I mean, listen, this girl could be a fucking model. I don't mean to put my finger there, But this girl could be a model, and she's out there throwing blows and mixing it up with the best in the industry as far as women go, and they're mixing it up. These girls are not afraid to get cut up. These girls are not afraid of the black eyes. They're not afraid of going through what the men went through or what the men are going through. So yeah, kudos to them. Kudos to them, and I thank them. I have to thank them for entertaining us as well, if not better than the men have over the past few years. And this is the truth. This is my honest opinion. But moving forward, let me throw this up there real quick. So yeah, because I haven't pimped my own shit out in a while. So please hit the like and subscribe, guys. It helps the algorithm more. So yeah, but moving forward, this weekend has been crazy, crazy, crazy boxing, man. It's been great, and I want to talk about it all. I want to lead off with Torres and the heavyweight Torres fight, and goddamn, Bryant, Torres and Bryant. Holy fuck, Torres looked like a goddamn machine. And let me tell you, Bryant is a huge fucking dude. This guy was huge, and Torres is no slouch. Torres just beat the shit out of him. Just beat the living shit out of him, and that was good for him. This is a nice up and young up and comer that this guy's. You got to watch for this guy. I really do think you're going to see a lot of him, and I expect a great deal to happen from this guy because I do believe that in 2-3 years he's going to make a name for himself, especially if he keeps fighting the way he's fighting now. Holy smokes! Um, I do want to address the elephant in the room. Like, there's a lot of people on YouTube that I respect. I respect the Jedi. I respect Mark. I respect Brian Harkin. All the people I respect out here. I respect you, Bruce Gas, and Mad Chad, and Johnny Boy. All right, but there's something I have to disagree with you guys a lot on is that I enjoy a fight for what it is. I watched the sport of boxing to see two pugilists get it on in the ring and beat the shit out of each other because I find that entertaining. I don't want anyone to get seriously hurt. I don't mind a black eye or a broken orbital socket. They'll get over it. And besides, they're getting a lot of money for these fights, especially the more popular ones. But I want to see these two pugilists get in the ring and fucking fight. I'm tired. I'm so tired of people talking about this tomato can and that tomato can or this cab driver. Let's give what we saw this weekend what it's called. It was an entertaining fight. Everybody's trying to break down the Navarrete Wilson fight down to, oh, he fought a nobody and look how bad he did. I'm not looking at how bad he did. Hold on a second. What's Carlos Mendoza? That uppercut that Richard Torres landed. Torres. So I fucking said I fucked up the name. I fucked up names. You gotta excuse me. I'm old. You are absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. I called him Lopez, didn't I? Holy shit. Yeah. That. Oof. Tell me if that didn't remind you of some of the fucking punching that Tyson did back during '84. Is that kind of reminiscent of Tyson knocking motherfuckers out in '84 and how he Jesus. Thor, how you doing? How you doing? There you go, man. He's calling me Uncle EJ. How you doing, Thor? How's things going with you? I hope the family's okay. My health is getting better. My wife is doing good. All that good stuff. If you were interested in knowing, but yeah, these guys, Torres, he definitely he has some skill, and he's got nowhere else to go but up. But readdressing the elephant in the room, I'm tired of people talking negatively about the Navarrete fight and how he fought a tomato can. Now, first of all, that was not his fault. You know, the original person that he was supposed to fight, and I'm not even going to get into it, but you know, it was confirmed he broke his back. You know, this was supposed to be different, but the fight stayed, and it just so happened we lucked out that we got a terrific fight. And Navarrete, from what I understand, Navarrete's never been knocked down, right? This is his first time hitting the mat. And let me know, am I wrong or right? This is his first time hitting the mat, correct? Wilson got a good blow in it, and I thought for sure Wilson was going to go down by the fourth or fifth round, and lo and behold, he knocked the shit out of Navarrete. But that's because of Navarrete's style, because he has such an awkward, unorthodox style of fighting. If you listen, Thor, if you have to ask for it, then I'm not going to give it. Don't worry about it. And first of all, no one's up here right now. But yeah, can I get it? One of these degenerates will block me. It's British Jimmy. Are you British Jimmy or British Jimmy will block you? Is that what you're saying? I'll wait for your answer. But continuing, let me get my thoughts out here. Continuing down this road, people are calling this fight. Oh, you're UK Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy, I'll give you. Jimmy, do not abuse your power, though. You understand me? Do not abuse your power. Give me a second here. Or um, add moderator. There you go, Jimmy. One thing is I don't like it when they try to downplay um, the fight and make excuses and say, well, he's a garbage. Now I heard, Johnny Boy called out Navarrete as being garbage. I don't think Navarrete's garbage. I think Navarrete is a talented boxer, and he deserves all the accolades he gets. In my honest opinion, I think we just saw a young man by Wilson step up his game and fight better than he's ever fought before. Why can't we just put it that way instead of saying, "Oh, he fought a tomato can"? I'm sorry, I disagree with you there, Johnny. Even though I respect your opinion, there I have to disagree with you. There, I'm not going to sit there and downplay this boxer because he got a tough fight from a tough fighter. College store. Don't worry about it, baby. I will protect you. Oh, you guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. But so yeah, those are some of the type of um issues that I have with with some fight fans and some channels and stuff like that. And then we go with those channels that have the flavor of the week, and I can't stand that. I really can't stand the flavor of the week channels. I like some of the channels, but I can't stand some of their practices, which is why I like withdrawn and come back to my channel. Which I'm gonna do what makes me comfortable. I'm gonna say and tell you how I really feel, and this is how I feel. Stop it with the narrative that these guys are junk or trash. I don't. They're up there. They're up there. You're not. So that must say something. All right. I'm gonna give them that credit. But when you keep moving up, eventually you'll hit a wall and struggle. Same happened to Canelo, and it's what I'm worried about. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I ain't saying that, Thor, but you said it, not me. You said it, not me. Okay. I am gonna say the flavor of the week. I'm not that. I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. You know. Um, I never liked Haney, but I had to show respect for his talent, and I had to show respect for the fact that he defended his belt 4 times before he got a shot at the at undisputed. You know, I felt that Haney deserved that fight more than Lomachenko did, and he got the fight, and he did what he had to do to get that fight. I do. I think that Haney's going to hold on to them belts for too much longer. No, I do not think he can beat Lomachenko. But if he does, I'm going to give him his respect. Whether he wins or depending on how he loses, he'll get more respect from me. And that's how I am. Let's see what you said here. Carlos says, I mean, Navarrete is a 3 division champion with 38 pro fights, but who has he beat apart from Dogba? And I get the criticism. I understand that criticism. I really do. I understand who he fought, and I get that. But the people that he's fought either have been mandatories, or for some reason or another, you get some boxers have had the unfortunate happenstance of their opponents not being able to fight for one reason or another. Honestly, like, but then you have those boxers that win fights that I don't understand how they win it. I don't know what the judges were watching. Like, you know, I'm gonna give a good example. Edgar Berlanga. I have no love for that motherfucker, and I was a fan. Carlos, you know it. I was a fan. You know, and up until the past 2 years, he's been exposed for what he is. He's a fucking hype job. But before 2 years ago, I was a huge fan. Puerto Rico all the way. But in my opinion, he's trash, and he's a hype job. You know, because he's won fights that I thought legitimately he lost. It is what it is. Navarrete versus Valdez will be a good fight. Yes, it will be. That will be a good fight. And this, I'm a proponent of styles make fights, and those two fight styles are going to complement each other, and we're gonna get what I like to call a slobber knocker, for goddamn sure, for goddamn sure. But let's talk about this. I want to. Where is it at? I want to pull this shit up. Yeah, here we go. These two gentlemen, Navarrete and Wilson, these guys, holy shit. I don't care what you say. I don't think Wilson was a tomato can. I think he stepped up to the plate and gave Navarrete a good fight. And did anyone answer that question whether Navarrete has been knocked down before or not? I don't think he has. I'm gonna go with I don't think he's been down ever in his career. Wait, what is that? Thor says, I was a fan too, but Belonga is a hype job. Good luck to the kid, but he's he's a C-level guy, and the hype is too much. I have no interest in seeing him versus Benavides, Munguia, or Canelo. Yeah, no, I don't want to see it. He doesn't deserve a shot at any of those guys, in my honest opinion. And but if he gets one, you'll see. You're gonna see exactly what the hype job is. But getting back to these two gentlemen, because I don't think I've ever seen Navarrete hit the canvas. This was interesting. Now and then him fighting at 130. I understand that Navarrete needs. He has some adjustments to do. Yeah, he has belts, but you got to remember, how many fights has he had at 130? So you got to give the man a little bit of credit. Moved up, got belts, and this happens, but he came back like a champion. He got up, shook it off, and from what I understand, he had to calm his corner down because his corner was telling, because I heard it, his corner was telling him, don't do what you usually do. What got him there? And Navarrete wasn't going to do that. He was going to fight his way, and he did. And I thank goodness that he did, because he ended up with the win in the I think it was the ninth round. Yeah, man. Navarrete did his thing. He did his thing. He showed he could take a punch, get up, and come back. And this is good. And it was entertaining. And we got to see a good fight. And now this is going to make me watch and follow Wilson, because now I want to see, was this a fluke or was this for real? Because if this was for real, Wilson is going to show us, and we're going to see more of him. And we're going to be entertained by this gentleman. So that's how I look at it. Moving on. Holy shit! Another fight. Bumgarner, man, Bumgarner is crazy talented, and I know Bruce Gas doesn't watch the female fights, but Bumgarner I'm a fan of. Not only do I think this woman is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but holy fuck, she's talented, and she has a mean jab. Oh, dude, dude, you didn't see my video? All you gotta do is go to my channel. But let's recap. Let us recap. I am going to go. I'm gonna do my best to go to the Plant Benavides fight. I want to see that fucking fight. I was so stoked when I saw the when I saw the press conference. I dude, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna fucking be there. You best believe I'm gonna take my wife, and this is the first fight that we're gonna see. This will be the first fight I go to since I was 11 years old. The last fight I was at was when I was 11 years old, and I saw Ali versus Norton at Shea Stadium. And I want to see this fight. I want to go. So yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I'm most definitely looking forward to this fight, and I want to go to this fight to see this one. But as far as the Nui and Fulton, I think Inui's gonna take it. I think the monster's gonna take it. Inui's got some fucking vicious power behind his punches. Um, Fulton is more of a boxer, but Inui is a boxer and a puncher. So that's gonna, in my opinion, that's gonna be an awkward style for Fulton to deal with. And even though Figueroa was a brawler, and I'm going to be very honest with you, I personally think Figueroa won that fight with Fulton. I had it close though, so I wasn't mad at the decision, but I definitely had it in Figueroa's favor. So the fact that that Fulton pulled that win off, fighting against Figueroa, he's gonna have a harder time with Inui, because Inui is a puncher boxer, where Fulton was a brawler boxer. So let's see how he deals with a puncher boxer, because Fulton is a boxer. He's a boxer. So that being said, um, wait. What was this question? Wait a minute. Thor says, Benny Bridges or Alicia Bumgardner? Who'd you rather get nasty with? Bumgardner. Bumgardner. What? What? Why you even got to ask a question like that? Bumgardner looks like she'll take your shit off at the root. I'm not gonna say no more, because they're gonna make me sound sexist. Bumgardner all the way, man. I'm sorry, man. Nothing against the other one, Bumgardner all the way, man. Does that sound bad, man? If Inui becomes a fourth division champion and unified, is he pound for pound king? Not to mention the three division undisputed WBS winner, fighter of the year, and smoked 10 world champions, all in under 25 bouts. those are all good points. But I got Inui because I got Inui winning because he's as far as the styles go, he's a puncher boxer. You know, he's got power. So if he's a puncher boxer and he's got fucking power, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem for Fulton. I'm live. Okay. Well, I gotta be loud. I'm sorry, honey. My wife is saying I'm being too loud. What's Carlos Mendoza saying? If Inui beats Fulton, he pound for pound numbers number one. But if Usyk beats Fury, I got him. Well, here's the difference, Carlos, and understand where I'm going. All right. Now at the heavyweight division, no, at cruiserweight, I have Usyk definitely up there as far as pound for pound. But because he's at heavyweight and he's had very limited number of boxing matches at heavyweight, his accomplishments are more at cruiserweight than they are at heavyweight. You understand where I'm coming from. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking nothing away from Usyk. Usyk is a wonderful boxer, you know, and I believe he's a great boxer. But he, if you look, I'm not a fan of Fury. Please understand. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Fury, but I'm gonna call it like it is. Fury had all the belts that Usyk has. Fury had Fury had all the belts Usyk had, and he voluntarily dropped them because he had his issues that he had. All right, so I do believe, in my honest opinion, Fury is more accomplished than Usyk as far as the heavyweight division goes. But in cruiserweight, hands down, Usyk is the man. So, in my opinion, Usyk has more to do at heavyweight. So let's see what happens. If he wins that belt, hey Jerome, how you doing? How you doing? But you understand where I'm going with this, or you think my opinion is garbage? There, let me know what you think because that's how I feel. That's how I feel. My feeling on Usyk is at cruiserweight. This guy he has turned heads and done amazing things. At heavyweight, right now he has what 4 fights under his belt, right? Am I right? Four, two of them, with AJ, and two. Yeah, I think he's had 4 fights. What we got here? So Crawford looking to sign a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy. It WBO, Amando Rocha in a big fight to possibly unify with Virgil. They said 3 options could be a Spence fight or a 154 at 154. You know what? I don't. Here's the thing. I don't want to talk about that fight that Spence is having at 154 because let me say this as clear as possible. Let me be as succinct as possible. Spence fighting at 154 is pure, unmitigated bullshit. And to those channels that promote that cocksucking motherfucking bullshit ass fight, you can go fuck yourselves because all that is doing is holding those belts up for hostage. If you believe in that fight and promote that fight, you are not a fucking boxing fan. You are a fly by night fanboy club. Go fuck yourself. Can I say that any more clear? Anyone that promotes that bullshit 154 boxing match, that so-called boxing match that Spence is having, that he's holding the fucking belts for hostage situation, can go fuck yourself. Now, if you happen to be one of my friends, I don't mean go fuck yourself for real, but you know how I feel. That's how I fucking feel. I'm sorry, man. That's how I feel, and I apologize if I'm hurting anybody. If I'm hurting anybody's feelings, I don't like to hurt people's feelings, but that's how I feel. I'm sorry, baby. I'll try to lower it down. My wife wants me to lower it down. Can you give me water? Because I'm a little dry mouth. Cold water. Thank you. Here we go. What do you say? Wait, Thor says, spent sport twice in 4 years against guys. No one has. Yes, it is, man. It's total. It's total BS, man. Don't get me wrong, Thor Bridges. I'm actually following Bridges too. Don't get me fucking wrong. I'm gonna quiet it down. I have to quiet it down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the mic in a little closer. All right, let me hide this. I'm gonna bring the mic in a little closer. But this is truly how I feel, and I don't, and I'm not usually that emotional about things, but this bothers me, man. This whole situation bothers me, and I don't like it. Let me change something on my I just don't like it, guys. I don't like what's going on with men's boxing. I don't get it. It's why are the women outperforming, outboxing, and doing better? Why are the women doing better than the guys? You don't see the women holding up the belts. You don't see the women playing this bullshit game up and down. Now, well, listen. Just before I get the Canelo comments. Well, Canelo did it. Canelo has all four fucking belts. Let's say that again. Canelo has all four fucking belts, and he had 3 fights in 1 fucking year. Okay, let's. Do we have a good picture here? And he went up in a weight class against a fucking champion, against somebody that had a fucking belt. So for you people that come in here with the Canelo comments, go fuck yourself there. I'm cutting you off right there. Canelo hasn't held a belt hostage. Now he's injured now, but he's fucking. The, I'm not even a Canelo fan, but I'm gonna call it for what it fucking is. So don't use Canelo as a fucking excuse. Just gonna just gonna stop that right there. You can cut that shit right there. What's Thor saying here? Hold on. I'm gonna I'm gonna throw the link up there, Thor. If you want to come up and talk, that you're more than welcome to. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Wasn't it Spence that told Crawford to get a belt? What did Crawford do? He got a belt, and then after he fought Ugas, I can understand that unifying the belt. Fine. What's the point of this fight? What's the point of this fight now? Why are you fighting? Why are you going up in weight fighting somebody that doesn't even have a fucking belt at that weight? Why? What? Why? What excuse can a channel have to justify that? Except you're hanging on someone's nuts. Aerosexuals. That's who will justify that. Aerosexuals will justify that behavior. I'm gonna throw the link out there if you guys want to talk. I mean, there's a lot of shit I miss. Fuck, I get so distracted, man. But I just want to talk about this weekend's boxing. I really do. I want to see people's opinions. I want to hear people's opinions. So here we go. I'm gonna throw it up there. If you want to talk, you're more than welcome to. Just remember, if you're coming up on my channel, all right, you got to be polite. And if you're the wrong skin tone, the N word doesn't come out. All right? Please respect that. If you're the wrong skin tone, the N word does not come out. And I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, but because of my skin tone, I refrain from using the word. So please be respectful. All right? Those are my rules. And don't think I don't say the N word at all, but I think there's a certain type of behavior you have to promote on here. It says device not connected. Okay, there you go. Jimmy, that you?
Yeah, mate, it's me. How you doing?
How you doing, brother? Long time no see. How you been?
Yeah, it's been a while. Last I thought, man, I hope he does a long stream. It's been a long time, man. I hope your health is well. I hope
Yeah,
your wife's doing
my
well.
health is getting better. My health. Thank you for the question about the health. I appreciate that. My health is getting better. I've been enjoying the boxing that's been coming on, but I'm so disappointed, man, in some of these boxers. And then when we have boxing matches like Navarrete and fucking Wilson, you get people that want to downplay it or fucking call it garbage that Wilson's a tomato can. Why can't it be that Wilson stepped up and just became a better boxer? Why can't they just say that Navarrete moved up in weight? I'm not giving the guy any excuses. Navarrete didn't look like he was like off his game. He just found somebody that can figure him out better than other people could.
Yeah, I mean, Navarrete. It's the same concern I have for Canelo. Once you enter your third, fourth, sorry, Inui. Once you enter your third, fourth, etc. weight class, then physically as an athlete, your talent starts reaching its limits.
Hey, what's up, rolling with the punches in the chat? How you doing, brother? But yeah, man, I mean, I'm so sick of and then to see these women fight the way that they fight. What about Serrano in the phone booth last night? All night, and Pitbull Cruz's sister. I mean, I was in Black and Brown's channel earlier. He was live, and he was saying that woman did not throw at any time. She never threw one single punch. She was throwing combinations, 3 punch combinations minimum, and I believe that's correct.
I mean, when the women are showing more heart and dog than the men, it's pretty embarrassing considering it's a male-oriented and historic sport as far as the history and the culture and stuff. So, but I mean, it just is what it is, man. We got a generation of snowflakes and cherry pickers, and the politics is out of control.
The
You got a guy
politics
like
is
Errol Spence.
crazy, man. The
You
politics
got a
is
guy like
crazy.
It's crazy because Errol Spence was talking about he was gonna spin the block, and he was selling T-shirts using Crawford's name. That it was trap season, and he's on the hunt. And a week later, he signed to fight Keith Thurman at 54 for no reason.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. But people are flavor of the week.
yeah. I
The
mean, a lot of
flavor of the
channels have
week,
just become two things: flavor of the week and casual bullshit. That's all they do.
casuals who think they're hardcore, and pick the flavor of the week. I'm glad I'm not that way. I'm gonna call it
No, a
like
lot
I
of the
see it.
hardcore channels, a lot of the good channels I used to follow, like yourself, Young Billy, and even Black and Brown to an extent, 150 as well. You guys don't do as much content anymore because it's just boxing just doesn't give you a lot to work with.
No, but I come on when I see something that I'm excited
Yeah.
about. And let me tell you something, I'm excited about. Dude, you should watch the video. Go watch my video when you get a chance after we're done here. Go watch my video for Plant Benavides. I came on
Mm.
right after the press conference. I was so fucking excited, man.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was
I
lit.
wanted to buy tickets right there and then. And right now, I'm actually seeing if I can get the tickets or not. I want to
Mm.
go, and I'm going to do everything possible to go. I'm just in the middle
Where are
of
you
buying
based
a
from,
house right
Jed?
now. You know what I mean?
How far are you from Nevada, from Vegas?
Dude, I'm between a 6 and 8 hour drive, so I'm totally
Yeah.
doing it.
Uh, would it just be easier on you health-wise just to catch a flight, or
Oh
is that
yeah,
too
I
much
can take
hassle?
a red eye, but I got issue with planes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's why, dude. I drive everywhere. I drive everywhere.
I think I've seen your car though. You got a big car, so yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You can
no,
throw a lot of
I got an
snacks and
SUV.
drinks.
I got an SUV. So,
Yeah, yeah, you throw a lot of snacks and drinks in the back and make
oh
a
yeah,
couple of stops.
me and my wife when we go driving, we have a system that we do when we go cross country, or whenever we
Mm,
go to California to visit her family. We have a system, you know,
mm,
and the juice boxes are a big part of the system.
mm.
We got a big pack of juice boxes, right? And Cheetos and bean dip. She can't stand me getting the bean dip because I get the hot bean dip, and man, the farts are bad.
Yeah, it's a good job to just open the window, let the air out. And
What's up,
what do you listen
Jerome
to on
Benjamin? And now, let me say what's up to some people here. Carlos, I know Carlos been here from the opening. Carl Hunter Hansen, what's up, my brother from Australia? How you doing, man? If you think about it, I threw the link up there. If you need me to throw the link up again, you're more than welcome to come up here, Carl.
just pin
Yeah.
the link.
Say
Pin the
again.
link, EJ. If you pin the link, you won't have to drop it again. You
Yeah,
have to
you
pin
know
it into
what?
the chat.
I'm too stupid to know how to pin the link, so I just drop it again. So.
I think if you click the little option, no, if you click the little option thing, I think you can do it. Or
Oh
maybe you're
yeah.
wrong.
I'll figure it out some other time. It's just as easy to throw the link down there. But my thing here is, first of all, I got to be more quiet because my wife has to go to work later, so she wants to get some rest. But I'm excited. When I get excited, Jimmy, when I get excited over fights, I that's when I jump on. I'll jump right on and I'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. And that's what I do. You know, and you're right. I haven't been on in a minute when it comes to my own content because it's just so easy, so much easier for me to go to someone else's channel that's always on.
Yeah.
But I have made a point of coming live and getting on here and talking about things myself because I'm so disappointed in a lot of these channels that are just kissing ass to some boxers or I'm
Bullies.
aerosexuals. There and don't
Yeah.
get me so there's some fucking craw dogs out there. I but craw dogs for me are the Crawford version of aerosexuals. I call them craw dogs. And
You know what? I think they're a response though, because for the longest time these aerosexuals are running wild though, without being checked
yeah, no, they
for a
are.
while.
Yeah, they definitely outnumber the craw dogs by far. You know, but
I'm,
but
you know what?
but
But to be fair though, I'd rather be called a crow dog than an aerosexual.
I understand that one. I totally, I totally understand that one, man. I get that one. But my thing is, it's just as bad. But there are definitely more of the Earl sexuals around. My big thing
Uh,
is, I think Earl Spence is a talented. He's a well adjusted, well disciplined fighter who has outside has issues outside of boxing. In the boxing ring, there are few that can match him. There are very few that can match him. But outside the ring, the motherfucker got some issues that is affecting his boxing. You know, it's affecting his
yeah.
boxing career. You know,
Jed,
fast
what would you
cars,
rather?
fast women. You know,
AJ,
and lots of alcohol.
what would you rather be called? Even back in the day when there were the two terms, you had the Pactard and the Flomo. I'd rather be called a Pactard than a Flomo.
Yeah, yeah, totally true, man. Totally true.
Look,
Totally
Bland
true.
Benavides, that's a great fight. Anui Fulton. Look, we got some really good fights coming up.
We do, man.
Anui
I'm
Fulton.
looking forward to Nui Fulton, but I don't know if you heard what I said earlier though.
Did you say?
Because Inui's a puncher boxer, I do think Inui's going to take it. Because look how much trouble Fulton had with Figueroa, and Figueroa is a brawler boxer. And he was more of a brawler than he was a boxer before he got in the ring with Fulton. But when he fought with Fulton, when Figueroa got into the ring with Fulton, something changed in Figueroa, and he had more boxing in him than he had brawler.
Yeah.
So that's how come I call him a brawler boxer. And look how much trouble Figueroa gave Fulton. Now you got a legit puncher boxer that his punching ability is second to none. That's going to be problematic for someone like Fulton.
No, I give Inui so much credit, in your first fight in the new weight division, especially your fourth weight division. You're taking on the number one dog, a guy that's undefeated, young, a unified champion, very talented. It's gonna be a tough fight, man. I hope Inui wins because I've seen a lot of fans kind of call Inui overhyped, like overrated, which I don't think so. I think he's a good fighter.
Inui is not overrated. If someone thinks that Inui is overrated, they don't know boxing. Honestly, if someone thinks Inui is overrated, they don't know boxing like they think they do. Inui's not overrated.
No,
Inui,
100% not.
if anything, people underestimate him because of his size, and they don't realize that someone that size can have that much punching power. They need to see some of his fights. Watch the tape.
100%. Yeah, I mean, look, his last year was excellent. He fought twice, and both fights were against the reigning world champions. He scored 2 knockouts, and he became undisputed.
Yeah,
I mean, what more can you ask from a man?
And let me tell you, I am a huge Nonito Donaire fan. Huge. I'm definitely a fanboy of Nonito Donaire. And what he did to Nonito was like, I felt bad, but goddamn.
Yeah,
And I know people are gonna say Nonito's over the hill. No, he's fucking not. No, he's not. He's still fighting strong now. And he still does damage in the ring. So yeah. And that's the type of bullshit I can't stand. Nonito's nowhere near over the hill, and look at what Inui did to him.
Yeah, people forget that Nonito was actually coming into the fight on really good form. He destroyed Obali, a young undefeated champion Olympian who was ranked top 3 in the division. Then he destroyed Gabayo, undefeated mandatory contender. It was a unification for 3 belts, and the last fight was fight of the year. So people were saying Inui's cherry picking Donaire. That was bullshit.
Yeah, no. Again, a lot of these is those flavor of the week channels. I ain't saying no names, but a lot of them are flavor of the week channels. Yet when people get up there on their channels that are either related or married to or in any way, shape, form are family of certain boxers, all of a sudden they're kissing ass. But the second they get up, it's the shit talking begins.
Yeah. That used to happen on the old channel we used to visit, right? Flavor of the month, shit talking, bringing guests on. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
But unlike
But you got
that, I like to have control on my channels. On this channel and the channels that I have been hanging out with, they control it, and I like it that way. I just
Yeah, I prefer more chilled environments. Just come on, talk boxing. If you got different opinions, it's cool.
Carl, stay back, Carl. What's up, Carl?
Carl, you can't kill tourists, Carl. Have you seen The Murdering Llama?
No.
There's a cartoon out. It's The Murdering Llama, and his name's Carl.
See, now I'm gonna have to check that out. How you doing, Carl? What'd you think of this weekend's boxing, my brother?
Mate, I didn't watch the girl fights. No, I'm not too interested in those. I think women's boxing's still 10 or 20 years off being worth watching for me. I just don't think the competitions. It's fucking night and day between the belt holders and the rest of the pack, mate. So nothing against women. I live in a fucking house full of women. So I can't win a fucking argument in my house.
Dude, I know exactly. Look, I haven't won an argument with my wife yet. And I feel like I'm right all the time, and I have never won an argument. So I know the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm normally out with the dog, mate. I'm normally in the doghouse. But look, mate, I'm proud of Liam. What Liam did, mate. Liam took a massive step up in competition, and he really fucking gave it to Navarrete. I think he did well, and until he lost his way. He sort of, I think he had a bit of concussion. I think Navarrete's punches were finally starting to do some damage to him, and he wasn't taking his advice from the corner. He should have stayed in the southpaw stance. That's how he dropped him, was from the southpaw. And he kept switching back to orthodox and getting caught. I think Navarrete might struggle with southpaws because that switch hitting that Liam was doing, mate. If he can practice that and get better in that southpaw stance, mate, I think he'll be a force to be reckoned with in a couple of years to come. But yeah, proud as punch.
I'm going to tell you, I was thoroughly impressed by him, Carl, and I'm going to follow him and watch him from now on, just to make sure this wasn't a one-time thing, because that performance he gave was very impressive. And
Overly impressive.
He's tough as nails, Jed.
This guy went from
I
regional
never
level.
heard of him. I never heard of him, but I know of him now, for damn sure.
Yep.
Yeah, keep in mind this was a late replacement as well.
Yeah,
So he's
and
given
that's
short
another
notice.
thing. People were calling this a cherry pick. How is this a fucking cherry pick? Wait a minute. I'm going to speak into the microphone. This is nothing towards you two gentlemen, but I just got to say this. How the fuck can you say Navarrete did this cherry pick? He was supposed to fight somebody else that was there at the ringside, who even interviewed regretting that he broke his back. And this was a fucking cherry pick? Navarrete had nothing to do with this pick. So stop the bullshit narrative. Thank you. That's all I had to say. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans out there that just, for whatever reason, don't like a lot of Mexican fighters. There's a lot of cocksuckers out there.
Oh, man. And I don't care if a fighter's Mexican, Australian, fucking from the UK, from Russia, from Ukraine. I want to see boxing for what it is. You know?
That's me as well. Like, I'm here for entertainment, not fucking passport control. You know?
Exactly, man. And I don't like pocket watching. Oh my God, there's so many fucking managers out here. It's sickening.
You know what it is? Like, as a man, like, look, for me personally, I hope fighters get paid well, especially this is a dangerous sport. But I'm not going to sit here and count every single penny. Like with the Earl Spence fans, EJ makes money on popcorn and drinks. I'm like, God, this is some fucking weird fag shit, man.
I just find it weird when fans talk about how much money their boxer makes. Like, what does it matter to you? Is that boxer going to share the money with you? Are you getting free tickets to the boxing matches? Because if you're getting free tickets, then I understand you being a fan. But if you ain't getting jack shit from your particular boxer, why are you fucking dying on the sword for this guy? Why are you taking that dive? Why are you so emotionally involved in a particular boxer? I'm emotionally involved in the boxing game. That's me. But in a particular you know it. You know, I'm a fan of Cuban style boxing. You know, I'm a Frank Sanchez fan. But I'm not going to sit there and make excuses if he does badly or if he loses.
Yeah.
You know, I like David Morrell. I really do. I think he's the future of boxing. But let me ask you a question. How is it that he gets a chance? Why should he get a chance? Because you think he's a monster right now. Why should he get a chance at a belt before someone else that's been in the game for years that's in the top 10? That's actually in the top 5. Why would David? Because you think David Morrell's the flavor of the fucking week? Kiss my fucking entire Puerto Rican Dominican ass. Take your time doing it with your tongue out. That's not how it works.
Yep.
And mind you, I'm a Morrell fan. I really am. But I'm an Billy fan too. I want to see fights like Morrell and Billy. Why don't they make that fight? You know why? Because if Billy has a possibility of being able to beat Morrell. Did you see Billy's punching power? That wasn't a rhetorical question, Jimmy. That was a serious question.
No, I just went quiet. I think your wife wants to speak to you. That's why I was quiet.
Let me mute the mic. Please, you touch upon what I just said, but I'm going to talk to my wife.
Sure. Yo, Carl. Yeah, I was impressed with Liam. He really stepped up. Young kid went from regional level to world class level on short notice. Showed a lot of heart, potential, and I think you can learn from this.
Well, Jimmy, he's a fucking hard puncher, mate. One thing I knew about Liam is Liam can fucking hit hard, man. He's knocked out a lot of us. He's knocked out a lot of Aussies, but he's just never been on that world level, And you talk about levels in boxing. Fucking, I think he's on the cusp of being a world level fighter, mate. I really do. I think he's almost there. He's got to work on his defense. I think he's got to work on that southpaw stance, on that switch hitting, because like Bud Crawford does, that's how Bud Crawford fucks a lot of people up with that switch hitting, mate. And if you can master that orthodox to fucking southpaw stance, bro, and if you got power in both hands like Liam has, man, the sky's the limit for that kid. And that loss did nothing for his stature, mate. It made his stars rising. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, but Liam Wilson will be a force in the future, mate. He'll be a top 10 contender for a long time.
If he fights the way he did against Navarrete, you're 100% correct. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
That what you just said is a fact. It's an actual fact, and I believe you. My thing, like when I saw Wilson get into the ring, and I saw the first round, I thought Wilson was going to go down in the fourth, right? Because Wilson had his head straight up. You know how I feel about that, because that's how Ryan does that. Ryan Garcia does that shit, head straight up, and it bothers me. That's just waiting to get hit.
I'm telling you, Ryan's gonna. You'll be a fan of Ryan soon once he knocks out Tank. Once he puts Tank Davis in a body bag, you guys are gonna love Ryan.
I don't do flavor of the week. But I do like the fact that if they fight, if they sign this thing on, and we actually get that fight, yeah, I would like to see that. I know Ryan. I know Ryan has fast hands. Yeah, he has fast hands, and this will be somebody. This will be a level of fight that Tank hasn't faced at 135 yet. In my honest opinion.
I just think the Barrios and Rolly fights are kind of a blueprint that if you're a tall guy with even the most basic skill and quick hands, you can give Tank a lot of problems. And guys like Rolly and Barrios, for me, they're kind of C-level guys. I don't really consider them elite or world class. But Ryan, I think, is just way more gifted, technically, physically, athletically.
Yeah, but what gives you that gauge? What gives you that gauge, Jimmy? Because the Luke Campbell fight, for me, I saw Ryan, I thought, here we go. This kid's going to go on a fucking run and just start knocking every motherfucker out. And then he just went backwards. And then he pulled the mental health bullshit, mate. And, I don't see this fucking kid that everyone else sees as this knockout master with these hands of lightning. I just don't see it, man. I don't see his competition. Emmanuel Tagoe, he couldn't cut the ring off. He couldn't stop him. That fight was like watching two brothers, the big brother and little brother, and the little brother had the PlayStation controller. And
I can't tell you what it is. I don't think you need to be. I get what you're saying, 100%. There's definitely a lot of criticism for Ryan. He's made some really bad choices. But my thing is, I don't think you need to be elite to beat Tank Davis, though, in my opinion.
Of course not.
But here's what you do got to worry about, though, as a Ryan Garcia fan. This is one of the big things you got to worry about. Let's look at the to-go fight, all right? If you remember correctly, there were. I got my notes. I don't want to have to go fucking looking for the book again. But in my notes, I remember writing down that I think it was in 3 rounds. In 3 rounds, even though, in my opinion, to-go lost all around. There were 3 rounds in which to-go did actually come on the offensive, and every time he did, he scored. But then he ran. which made him lose the fight, which made him lose the round. But every time, that's one thing I wrote down in my notes. Every time he came on the offensive, he caught Ryan because Ryan's head was straight up. But
Yeah, I
because
think
he
coming
doesn't
off a
have the
2-year layoff,
power, because he doesn't have the power of a Tank Davis or a Ryan Garcia, his punches didn't do that much to Ryan. But he caught Ryan every time he went on the offense, every time. And I
yeah, but
wrote
do you
that
not think coming off a
specifically in my book.
2-year? Yeah, but he was to be fair to him, and I don't like making excuses, but he was coming off what was it, a 2-year layoff and a lot of problems out of the ring, and he had a new trainer as well. I think in the last fight he had with who did he fight? What's his name? Fortuna. I think he had a lot better rhythm. He was in better shape. I think he was a lot
Was that at a
sharper.
catch weight? Was that at a catch weight, that fight?
No, it was at 140.
140. Yeah, righto.
Yeah. Which is concerning though, because the Tank fight is going to be at 136. But
Yeah, look,
you know, we'll see.
Tank. If someone's got power, like Tank gives away rounds. Tank lost rounds to Rowley. Tank lost rounds to fucking
Barrios.
Hector Garcia. Tank loses rounds. That's just a fact. But I just don't see Tank getting fucking hurt. I see, I see this little motherfucker, man, that just sets these traps, and I think he plays possum, mate. I think he plays hurt to lure him in, and then he just sets up that left hand, mate, and he just fucking dominates with that
No,
left hand.
wait. Well, Carl, you're a little inaccurate there. Pitbull Cruz hurt Tank twice.
Didn't Leo Santa Cruz drop him?
Yeah, you're right. That's probably the best example of someone giving Tank an actual run for his money.
Yeah,
You're probably right.
Pitbull hurt Tank twice.
Didn't Leo
And the
drop
thing
him?
is, Pitbull doesn't use a jab, so Pitbull comes in with combinations all the time.
Didn't
so
Leo Santa Cruz drop him though?
say
Did he
again.
knock Tank down? Didn't Leo Santa Cruz drop Tank Davis? That was a bit of a knockdown.
Did Santa Cruz knock him down?
I think he did though, and the referee didn't call it.
Was that one? Oh, was that controversial call? I think it was a controversial call. That it was considered a slip.
Yeah, so what he did was when Tank was jumping backwards, Leo jumped on him with a couple of shots and Tank hit the floor. I mean, to me, that looked like a knockdown. It was a bit of a flash knockdown, to be fair. He wasn't really rocked or hurt. But, I mean, if a punch lands and you hit the floor, that's a knockdown.
Let me say hello to Jerome Benjamin in the house, Red Glove Militant, rolling with the punches. What's up, my brothers out there, man? Rolling. Red Glove, man. Hey, Red Glove, let me tell you, he's my campaign manager. Him and I are running for president. I'm running for president. He's my vice presidential candidate. We're running on the Chancla campaign. So, Red Glove will tell you all about it on one of his streams.
You would Red Glove Militant. It's kind of weird though. Like, even though we've never met, I feel like I know him. Like, have you ever met someone before, like where you meet them for the first time, like when I was in his panel, and I just had this weird feeling like we'd met before. Maybe it was in another life. I don't know, but I just felt like I knew him somehow. Like when I first came across his channel, I'm like, have we met before? Do I know this guy? I had this weird feeling I knew him before. I don't know why.
But yeah,
look, I think Tank. I think it's going to be a good. I'm interested to see the fight, not because I follow either fighter, but I just want to see who's the king of the cap, because they both talk bullshit. They've both never fought anyone of substance. They're both, in my opinion, I want to see who's the fucking big dog out of them. And I know Ryan's got these amazing hands on these fucking punching bags and that. But the thing is punching bags don't hit back. And I know Tank's got a chin, but I think Ryan's chin's a bit suspect. And if you look at the Luke Campbell knockdown, like that was a pretty nice knockdown. And to his credit, he got straight back up and he finished the job. That's the fucking Ryan Garcia I want to see. I just haven't seen him fight anyone of substance since. When was that fight?
See, Carl,
Is that
that's my problem with both those fighters, though. See, I'm looking forward. Let me just in case anyone thinks that I'm a Tank hater. I'm not a Tank hater. I think Tank is a very gifted individual. I want to see him succeed. All right, I do want to see him. I want to see all these fighters succeed, but somebody's going to have to lose. It's that's just the name of the game. But I want to see Tank succeed. But I want to see him fight top 10 contenders. I don't want to see him fight these people that he's fighting. He's been fighting people we never asked him to fight. And it's just
Yeah,
it just gets so fucking tiring. And the same thing with Ryan Garcia. I want to see him fight. So when if these two end up meeting and fighting, it's going to be a good thing, and it's probably going to do ridiculous numbers. And I'm glad. That's good for
yeah.
boxing. But
The one thing I do want to
as
touch
of yet, Tank
what
has it
what
at
ridiculous?
135.
EJ, what ridiculous numbers do you think, bro?
What do I wouldn't I easily it'll clear easily 300. I think easily 300. I doubt if it'll hit the million mark. No, I don't think it'll hit. But I think it'll go over 300
Yeah,
if they make that. Fight.
I think 500,000. I think it'll do 500,000.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
I do think I think the Plant Benavides fight has a potential of making more.
I don't think so.
I
I think
think
Ryan
I
Garcia,
think
you got the
I think it
Disney.
will because there's genuine animosity between those two men.
With
God
him, he's
damn,
got
that
like 10
fucking press
million.
conference. That
Yeah,
fucking
but
press.
they don't grab the casual eye, mate.
Yeah, I mean these guys are
That's what.
selling out arenas by themselves. Whenever Tank or Ryan fight in, with Ryan it's mostly Texas and California. He's always drawing big crowds. He's got like 10 million Instagram followers, and I feel like their press conferences can be heated as well. Because you've got the pretty boy in Ryan, and then you got the kind of street thug in Tank. So
Well,
Yeah,
my thing though is as popular as those two are, Tank and Garcia, popular as they are, Garcia is more popular on Instagram than anything.
yeah, but
It's not,
AJ's bigger than Ryan. AJ's got a bigger following than Ryan has.
but at least
shows Canelo.
AJ's following is in boxing though. You understand?
Yeah,
That's the difference.
yeah, yeah. They're not 14-year-old
AJ's
girls.
following is in the UK and in Europe, and it's in boxing. Whereas to Ryan Garcia's following is Instagram and
And
TikTok.
14-year-old girls.
Now he's on TikTok, Instagram, TikTok. He's on those type of platforms, and then of course, and then you got Davis. Davis, yeah, he's popular in the boxing sense, but his opponents at 135 have been lackluster, and that needs to change. Now that's 135. I'm not saying Tank hasn't done good things at lighter weights because he has. He's had excellent fights, in his lighter weights. But at 135, I've yet to be impressed. I mean, you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I mean, Tank Davis does fight out bombs. Smaller guys. Hector Garcia, 130-pounder. Leo Santa Cruz, a motherfucking bantamweight. Gamboa was about 50 with one leg. I mean,
Come on,
these are some.
that's not even fair. I really hate the way everyone talks Gamboa. Let's not forget history. Gamboa was one of the top dogs, and he was a monster in his prime. Let's
Keyword history,
what?
though.
Yes, keyword.
Yeah,
All right, but then
history.
you can say the same thing about the Ali. Everybody was brokenhearted when Ali, lost the way he did, and he kept fighting, and he started losing. Everybody was brokenhearted, but we still say we look at Ali fondly because of his heyday. So let's not do that to Gamboa. I mean, Gamboa had an excellent career.
Oh, in his prime, he was a top 10 pound for pound guy.
All
He was
right, so let's see. I just put a little. Nothing on you, but just put a little respect on Gamboa's name.
No, do you know what it is? It's a fact I respect Gamboa that I don't like that these young guys are just taking turns just beating up the old man. Like when Isaac Cruz, I mean, fucking hell, man, what he did to Gamboa.
Yeah, yeah. When Isaac Cruz beat him the way he did, I was thinking Gamboa needs to stop. He needs to get out
He's
because
had a good career.
first of all, I don't want him to get hurt. There's a possibility of him getting seriously hurt. And I think he's made enough money. I think he's got some put away. He should just leave the fight game altogether.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's why he's still fighting, like Tim Witherspoon. Had to keep
There's a
fighting
lot of
because
these
You
Cubans.
could be right. You could be right.
you know.
There's a lot of these Cubans. They make, from what I've heard, they make really bad business decisions because the people that smuggle them out of Cuba, they're kind of always in debt to them.
Hey
Yep.
guys, give me a second. I want to give a little PSA, guys. All right, listen. If I know it's been a while since you've seen me up here, and if you want to see me continue to do this, I will. Just show some support by liking and subscribing and sharing if you can. There are other ways. The link is down there. You can just look at the thing. There are other ways if you want to support the channel, you can do that too. If you want to donate, that'll help with the StreamYard, and it'll help with the XSplit that I use because I pay for both, and for the VPNs. Anyway, that's the quick PSA. But please hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate it. It gives me cause to come back. It really does.
Mm.
I love you guys, and I just want to keep doing this. This is fun.
Jed, when you're out there in Vegas, are you going to try and get some interviews for your channel?
Oh yes, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna pull in every card that's owed to me. I'm gonna try, but my name isn't as popular in the boxing community as it is like in the World of Warcraft community or the review community. So I got to get my name out there more in the
You're
boxing
cool with,
community.
because I know you're cool with what's that guy's name? Joseph Heron from Warweek Radio. So
Yeah.
maybe he could try and get you a press pass or a
Oh,
credential.
like I said, I'm gonna pull every card I can. I'm gonna talk to
Yeah.
YB. I'm gonna talk to Joseph. I'm gonna talk to everybody. Because if I can get to that fight, I want to see if I can crack an interview in there. I would.
Hey,
You know
EJ,
when?
Yeah.
what do you think of Tim Tszyu, Tony Harrison?
I think that's going to be a good fight for Tim Tszyu, though.
I think Tim's going to beat the fuck out of Tony Harrison.
Oh, don't go there that quick.
Yeah, I think so too.
Don't go there that quick. Tony Harrison is not a pushover, and he doesn't just fall. You know this.
No,
right?
but when he drops, he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I mean,
Every
I'll
loss
be
is-
honest.
But
Every
I
loss
think
is a
Tony
knockout.
Harrison. Here's the thing. So you understand. I do think Tim Tszyu is going to win. Don't get me wrong. I think Tim Tszyu is going to win. But Tim Tszyu needs fights like this, and he needs before he
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
before he gets in the
100%,
ring
yeah.
with Charlo, he's going to need
Yep.
like 3 fights in the U.S., and he needs fights like this. Honestly.
You know
Look,
what, mate?
I
Out of
respect
it,
him for taking this fight. I mean, this guy, Tony Harrison, is an ex-world champion. He's a top 5 guy. And he's a guy that actually beat the undisputed champion in Charlo. Tour guy, fast, technically skilled, very experienced, amateur and professional, big, strong. I think Tim this is a very good step-up fight for Tim.
Yeah, no, that's
but
what,
no, I've
what
got
I'm saying.
Tim.
It's a good fight. But like I said, I think Tim Tszyu's going to win. I just I don't want you to. I don't believe it's going to be a pushover fight. I think he's going to fight for it, and it's the type of experience he's going to need. You understand? Because to fight against Charlo, I think it's too early for him to fight Charlo. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? Because everyone wants to push him on Charlo right now. He ain't ready for it. Not yet. But he will be.
100%. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Tim is still a young kid and he's not that experienced. And from what I heard, he took up boxing late as well. So there's a little.
My thing is that if he got into the ring with Charlo right now, he'd get demolished. And I don't want to see
know
that
what?
happen because
I
he has
have to be
some
honest,
talent. Tim Tszyu got some
I have to
talent.
be honest.
Say again.
Like Jed, I have to be honest with Charlo, and this is quite unpopular though. But the guy's like what 2-2 in his last 4 fights. This guy's not really like some kind of elite monster that Tim Tszyu can't beat. Like this guy lost to Tony Harrison, a guy with like no chin, and Brian Castano it was a midget, and he should have won the draw. Like I don't really rate Charlo as high as fans do, to be honest. I actually think he's a little overrated.
My thing is Charlo is definitely more seasoned than he has, and the fact that he's that type of veteran in the ring, it's gonna have
Yeah.
it works in Charlo's favor than Tim Zoo. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo is working. He's making his own reputation. He's no longer on his dad's coattails, and this is what I like about him. He's building his own reputation, and he's doing it right. But to be able to fight Charlo and be able to win Charlo, he needs to fight fights like he's doing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if he goes in, if he was to go into the ring with Charlo this next fight instead of God, why can't I remember names? You just said his name. Anyway,
Tony Harrison.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charlo would win. I'm sorry if he went in there and
Yeah.
fight with Charlo now.
Oh, we could see another.
Yeah, we
What
could.
was
Yeah, we could see another Wilson
Cambosis,
happen. We couldn't.
Cambosis, and no, Cambosis and Lopez, right?
What's up,
Unified
Ralph?
champion.
What's up, Ralph Unreal in there in the house? How you doing, brother? Oh yeah, you could see. You know, that's always a possibility, but that means that Charlo would have to completely underestimate and go in there and go against his every game plan that he had and be wild.
No,
Charlo, in my opinion, doesn't do that. And
Charlo's a
mind
big
you, I don't like Charlo. I don't like either of the brothers, but Jamel, I have respect for.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlo's a very big, powerful guy, and he does have some good skills. Very experienced, amateur professional, accomplished, battle hardened. So you're right, it's a dangerous fight for Tim.
So that's how come I think that this fight he's got is good. Is a good step up fight, and he needs to do that like 2 more times after this, and I think he'd be ready for a Charlo. Do I think he'll win? We'd have to see, but then I think he'd be legit ready for Charlo. And
What do you actually think of
Charlo would
Benavidez?
definitely have to worry.
For a fight you're going to, who do you actually have winning out of Benavidez and Plant?
Oh, dude. Okay, do you want to hear my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Okay, if Benavidez wins, it's going to be by knockout, and it'll be in the 8th or 9th round. If Plant wins, it'll be by decision. I can't pick who's going to win right off the bat. I got this. I legit got a 50-50 fight. And Jimmy, you've been in panels with me where I've always given, I'll say 65, 45, or 35. I'll say 55, 45. I'll give a number, in one way. I don't know who's going to win this one. Because
Yeah.
here's why. Plant got better feet than Benavidez. Benavidez has more punching speed and power than Plant. All right. But Plant can run circles around Benavidez. He can hit and run. Plant's got a good jab. And Plant's power is underestimated. Right? People keep underestimating his power. Plant has some power. He got some
Yeah,
pop
he does.
behind that.
Exactly.
He has some pop behind that jab. Now,
Yeah.
Benavidez, if I go by his last 3 fights, he has underperformed.
Yeah.
You understand?
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah, I
I'm
can't say.
going by his last 3 fights, and if I go by the last 3 fights, and I go by Plant's last 3 fights, and which one of them he lost, against Canelo, he lost against Canelo, but
You know what really makes
the reason why I think he mostly lost against Canelo is because I didn't think he had the faith in himself. Because if you had faith in yourself, you wouldn't be telling your opponent, not bad for a white boy. The Chancla party is in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Yes, just so everyone knows, I'm running for president. This is my vice presidential candidate right here, Red Glove Militant, and we are with the Chancla party. So be careful.
That's right. That's right. Like, if France starts running its mouth, just smack it in the mouth with the chancla.
That's it, man. That's
But
it.
from across the room, it ain't gonna be like you walk up to them and hit them in the face with it. It's gonna be like from way across the room.
Oh
You
hell
get the
yeah! You gotta
United
have the
Nations.
accuracy.
Pow!
Yeah, you gotta flick the wrist. You gotta have the powers all in the wrist, and it'll travel and smack. You know,
Right,
and it'll
right.
give that heart
It's all in the
just
wrist.
like that. You know? That's right, the chocolate
Yeah.
party,
So
man.
how were
The
the
chocolate,
fights last night?
dude. Bumgarner
How were the
and
fights last night? I
Serrano.
didn't get to watch them. I
Those,
didn't. Did
but
Baumgartner
you
win?
know, Bumgarner. Yes, yes, she won with style. Bumgarner won with
What
style.
about Serrano? She
Serrano,
did Serrano win?
Yo, those two fought in the phone booth, and Serrano didn't have to. I think she did it to show everybody that she can, and she did it with the right opponent because Cruz was crazy talented. Those two were fighting it, and they were fighting it out in the phone booth most of the night. It was entertaining.
Yeah,
It's interesting though.
I've been sick. Oh, go ahead, Jimbo.
Jimmy, you were saying something?
Yeah, I said it was interesting though. It was kind of the night of the women fights. You had Sky Nicholson, you had Bumgarner, you had Mana Serrano. So the women really came out in full force.
Yeah, no, they did. They see. I was saying this earlier on the stream today. I was saying how the women are fighting the way the men did in the '80s. They're fighting that way now. They don't give a shit about what promotional company they're with. They go across the street. They go across the pond. They would go across the universe if they have to, and it was possible. These girls don't play. They're going to give us a show, and they put their whole heart into it, without 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 any hesitation or
Yeah, I mean,
reservation.
yeah, I mean, is it a compliment to say one of these female fighters has got a lot of bitch in her? Because like with guys, you say, I look at him like Crawford's got a lot of dog in him, or Canelo showed dog. So for female boxers, would it not just be, I look at her, she's showing a lot of bitch?
I wouldn't say bitch. I would definitely say dog. Honestly, I
Uh,
would say the same thing. I said she got some fucking dog in her.
uh,
Bitch, you could take that either way. I would say dog personally, and it's not me trying to be PC or anything. It's just just treat them like the guys. You got dog in you. You
yeah.
got it, man.
I
You got
agree.
that, yeah, and they do, man. Amanda Serrano,
Katie Taylor.
she has been very very active. So has Bumgarner. I mean, Bumgarner threw one of the most wickedest punches I've ever seen in boxing. And I've seen a lot of boxing, and I've only seen that happen in boxing once or twice before, where she knocked somebody out. I think it was Taylor. Was it Taylor? She knocked someone out,
Mm.
and they were knocked out on their feet, just out on their feet, standing up. She was just like, "Ding!" That was it.
What do you think of her dress though? What do you think of her shorts though? Showing all that ass.
Dude, hold on a second. Wait a minute. I got something for you. Wait a minute. This one, dude.
Yeah.
I love that picture, but I went a step further and I did this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, don't get in
If
trouble with
only
Katie
I
now.
could. If only
Hey,
I
Jed, stick your
could.
Jed, stick your tongue out. Jed, turn around and stick your tongue
Yeah,
out.
yeah, don't get in trouble with Katie now.
Oh shit! I forgot. I'm
Oh,
about to get a chunk. She's going to go get the chocolate. Hold on a second. I
oh, bless
got to
you,
lock
Jed.
the door.
You should have known better. You should have known better, Jed.
I owe
Yeah.
you. Oh God! Now see, now I owe my wife, man. See, you guys got
Oh,
me in trouble. Why? Why
I
is it?
apologize.
See,
I apologize.
Hey,
Wait, Jimmy, you should have
he
put it on
just
the
asked the
screen.
question. He didn't tell you to post. He didn't tell you to bring the picture up and all that.
I
That's
didn't
all
ask
on
you to
you,
stick your.
man.
To be fair, I did ask you to stick your tongue out, but I didn't make you do
Yeah,
it.
he did ask you to do that. Hey, but Jed's a grown ass man. He has free will.
No, I don't. I'm
Hey,
married.
listen, look, let's be
Who
honest
told
here.
you
It's
I
not
have
like.
free will, man?
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with a bit of sweet chocolate, though, is there? Everyone loves a bit of chocolate, don't they?
Oh man, don't get me wrong. I love my wife, but look,
Oh, of course.
Bumgarner is one of the finest looking boxers out there. As far as the women boxers go, holy shit, man, she is
Well,
fine
I
as
certainly
shit.
hope you're not. I certainly hope you don't have a finest for the men.
Ew, no, dude, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, my wife does though. My wife is a huge dude. She calls Lomachenko daddy. What the fuck is that all about?
Oh,
Seriously,
really? Well,
yeah,
Jared,
she
then
goes Lomachenko hard.
you should have a free pack when it comes to the women boxers. Then I think you should have a free pass. Then.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
okay for her, that's just
yeah,
my opinion. If it's okay for her, it should be okay for you.
yeah. No,
You know
seriously,
what? Go
she
ahead.
calls Lomachenko
Go
daddy.
Google Gaga over.
Yeah, Lomachenko's a, you know, he's a cool guy, man. Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia's
He
got that
seems
appeal as well.
cool.
my
Ryan
wife,
Garcia's got.
my wife is pretty smart when it comes to boxing. She picks her heart right, and like, I'll tell you what, when it was Cambosis versus Teofimo, she picked Cambosis, right? When it was Cambosis versus Haney, she picked Haney. You know, she's been picking him pretty good. You know, I'm gonna start using her picks on the on Champ Ross's fucking.
What did you say? A woman's intuition never lies, right? Say a
Right,
woman's
right.
intuition never lies. So. Me personally, I have to keep it 100% real. And this might sound controversial, but I just don't like watching women fight. For me, it's a bit weird. I don't like seeing that stuff. But as far as the weigh-ins, Ebony Bridges, Baumgardner, Sky
Bridges,
Nicholson.
don't get me wrong, man. Bridges is fine, but fucking Bumgarner.
I don't know. I prefer Bridges, to be honest.
I, just, I don't know. Maybe it's the Puerto Rican dog in me, man.
It all
Bumgarner.
depends on where you like.
What
It
was
all
that? What
depends
was
on what
that,
you
Rick
like.
Love?
Because there's this one chick. I said it depends on what you like. There's this one chick. I forget what her name is right now. I don't even think she's a pro yet. I think she's still an amateur, but she trains with Bridges all the time. It's a blonde chick. Oh man, she is fine as hell. And I'm just like, damn,
She British.
she's
She British.
no, she's Australian. She's Australian too.
Okay.
I forget her name right now. It's been a while um since I've gone on Twitter because that's where I would see her a lot. And I don't know about right now, but Ebony Bridges used to post a lot of these videos where she is working out. It was during like COVID. Um, I mean, technically, COVID's still going on, but they were training. I guess they felt comfortable that the other one didn't have COVID, so they were training a lot together.
Mm.
Yeah,
So my thing with Bridges, the reason why I like her is because you could tell that she's a dirty whore. Like she'd let you do anything.
wow. Damn, dude, you went there quick.
Mhm. Hey, the man knows what he likes. You can't fault Jimbo for that. He knows what he
No,
likes.
no, but I can understand his admiration for her physique because there's definitely reason for that. My thing is, I want to get off topic. I want you guys' opinion on something. I was in a channel, and when I say what I'm about to say, you guys will know what channel it is just by reputation. But I was in a channel, all right, that had the audacity to say that what has Crawford done to want this fight? That Errol Spence have given Crawford every opportunity to sign for this fight, and Crawford is dodging it. What do you guys think about that? You guys already know what channel that was on because I could hear it in the tone. But what do you think about something like that? Can you let something like that slide in good conscience?
Can I be honest, Jed? I actually don't know what channel you're talking about.
You
There's
know.
so many on YouTube. Oh, okay, the one that we. Oh, I see what you mean.
You know.
Rob
There's a
Louis
lot of
Sabrosco.
aerosexuals out there.
Yeah, there are.
No, I mean, apparently being a top 5 pound for pound guy, being the only champion left in the division. And it's kind of sad though, because every other champion that Spence fought, Ugas, Porter, they were actually ranked below Crawford. So guys like Ugas and Porter were never ahead of Crawford. Neither was Danny Garcia. Um, Apparently Crawford agreed. I mean, look, bro, it's just fucking. It just never ends with Errol Spence. They'll get a belt. Okay, he's got a belt. Cross the street. Okay, he's crossed the street. Play B side. According to Crawford, he agreed to take less money and the rematch clause. Crawford is doing things that Errol Spence never asked of Sean Porter or Mikey Garcia, right? So when it came to Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter, it was you guys can have 50-50, no rematch. Yeah, let's rumble because apparently he was a gangster and a killer. And but when it's the this guy
There was a
cornered
there,
Spence in the hall and
there
said,
was
"When
an
are we gonna
interview.
fight?"
There was an interview that Errol Spence did, right, where he just plainly said it that the 80-20 rumor, the 80-20 comment that he made was a fucking joke.
Yeah,
He said it. It came out of his mouth. He said it, right? And these guys just don't fucking get it. They think that he should get 80. Again, pocket watching. That he should get 80% and Crawford should get 20. I said, whatever. If you want to fight, you'll take whatever. I'll take. If I'm
bro,
if
Crawford.
I'm confident, in my abilities, I'm gonna take the fight. I don't care because once you have the belts, that basically prints your own money. You print your own money when you have all the belts.
My thing is this: though Crawford apparently, according to him, found an investor that was willing to put up $50 million for him and EJ to split, but like apparently that wasn't good enough. Well, Crawford agreed to $0 up front and a smaller back end percentage, whatever. It just never ends, you know. Al Heyman told Crawford that Spence was going to fight in November with or without him, and EJ even went on Twitter and said that as well, that he's fighting in November with or without Crawford. So when Crawford moved on, because there'd been the negotiations for over 6 months, they weren't replying to his emails or his phone calls. Um, I mean, what more can you do?
There's nothing you can do. The fight's not
Spence
gonna
didn't
happen.
even fight in November.
The fight's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen this year. It's not gonna happen next year. You know when the fight will happen? I'll
Yeah,
show you. I'm gonna show you when the fight will happen. I
When
have
that
proof.
when
Here's when
that
the fight
video
will
game
happen.
comes out.
nah,
This is the fight.
Now it'll be before then. It'll be when that video game comes out. You'll be able to. Somebody will be able to pick Crawford. Somebody will be able to pick
yeah,
Spence, and they're gonna fight. That's when the fight's gonna happen.
This is what the gentlemen are gonna look like when they fight, though. Honestly, that's what I believe.
I don't even think it's gonna happen then, to be honest.
I hope it doesn't ever happen. Can I be honest? Because I promised myself that if this fight doesn't happen in 2023, the first half, I really don't want it to happen because I mean Crawford's already losing his foot speed. He's 35, sorry. I don't really want to see this fight anymore. Like because I know like Crawford's not in his prime. Because you've got Errol Spencer's trainer running around saying Crawford's losing his athletic ability. He's not as fast or slick or as explosive as he was 5 years ago. Which is
They want him to be in the position. They want him to be in the position that Thurman is in now.
yeah.
Because you remember back when Thurman was top dog, everybody wanted a piece of Thurman. Thurman was on everybody's lips, and everyone wanted a piece of him. And now, Thurman is looked at.
Keith Thurman
This
has
is what
won
I'm gonna
one fight
say.
in 4 years. Check this out. Keith Thurman's won one fight in 4 years. Hasn't been a champion in what, nearly five. And hasn't looked good in about seven. Like Keith Thurman's a dude that's semi-retired. Would he even beat guys like
Right.
a Virgil Ortiz? I don't think so. Would he beat Crawford? Hell no. Would he beat Spence? Probably not. So I don't know, man. For me, it's
And
not
at
really a big
150,
factor anymore.
at 154, I'm kind of that's the only thing I'm curious about. Honestly, that's the only thing I'm curious about. How these two are gonna fight at 154.
And
What does a 154 Errol Spence fight like? What does he look like?
that's really the only intrigue Like the other than that, I'm not really interested in the fight at this point in time.
What's
And
up, Joey? How you doing, brother?
That's
I'm gonna
Pigeon.
just say this: as far as
That's
Crawford
Pigeon, by the way.
Spence or whatever you want to call it is concerned, it has become the new. It's become the U.S. version of Con Brook. So if it does happen, it's gonna happen like right before they retire, in my opinion.
Like,
Yeah,
like Kell Brook and what's his name?
American.
Huh?
No, no, he's talking about
Amir
Kell Brook
Khan.
and American.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Amir.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like Tom Brook, like Kell Brook and Amir Khan. You know, the fight
yeah.
came too little, too late. That's
The
basically
only
what it is.
difference, the only difference here is that like where Spence has done made moves very similar to the moves that Khan did. Um,
Hmm.
Brooke was younger than Khan, if I'm not mistaken, whereas in
Bigger.
this case, Crawford is older than Spence. So that's really the only difference, but the similarities in the situations are very similar.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
yeah. I
Spence is.
mean, I look for similarities like that, and why is history repeating itself? Because everybody said, and they compared the Kell Brook to, and the Kell Brook um, fight to the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. Came too little, too late. Even though it was a
Yeah,
good fight, I did pay for that fight. I even streamed it. You know, I saw the fight. It's a good fight,
yeah, I paid for it.
but
So,
it happened. It happened too late. Honestly,
yeah.
you know. But they made money on that fight. I'm not gonna lie. They made some money.
The sad thing is, though, the era of the Sugar Ray versus Tommy Hearns, Oscar versus Tito, the young, dangerous welterweight champions clashing to see number one versus number two to see who's top dog. I feel like that's pretty much over because
But that, well,
Pacquiao
see,
may.
no, it's not over. But that's what the women are doing now, which is what intrigues me about the women fighting. And some of these women have some seriously good talent. You know, not all of them fight. You know, like a Bumgarner or Amanda Serrano or the like, or even Bridges. Bridges is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I've seen her fight. She's fucking good. But the these guys are fighting each other the way that that the Leonards and the Haglers and the Hearnses
Did
and
you
the
check the private
Durans
chat?
fought back in the day.
Did you check the private chat? Who's that?
Oh wait, what happened here?
In the private chat, who's that?
Oh,
Chaz.
oh, okay. You get yo. You know how to hit me up, man. Let me know if everything's okay and you get better. You
Who is
know,
that?
huh?
Who is that in the private chat that left that message?
No, that was regular.
Was it? Is
Yeah,
doesn't it say
he just hopped off.
Chaz? Chaz to Isa Kla to. Okay, he changed his name. Okay, that's why I was confused. Oh, yeah, salute to Red Glove, man. I hope you know.
Yeah, regular militant. Thank you for getting up here, RGM, my brother. One of the honorary horsemen. One of
You
the
getting ready for the
honorary four
apocalypse?
horsemen. Say again.
Are you getting ready for the apocalypse?
Are we getting?
The four horsemen.
I don't know. I'm a horseman. So I think I'm going to bring the apocalypse. I don't know.
Okay. So wait, is that a reference to X Men or is that a reference to WWE? So what four horsemen?
It's actually a reference to WWE. But
Okay. Oh, Ric Flair.
it's a Jedi thing because Jedi does elbows of the '80s, and me, Jedi, Brian Harkin, and OG Boogie were the four. They call us the Four Horsemen.
Hmm.
So it's a reference to elbows of the
Jedi.
'80s and Jedi.
For some reason, Jedi doesn't like me because of my issue with Johnny Boy. So, but good
No,
luck to him, man.
Jedi's not that way. He doesn't hold. He does not hold shit against other people because you don't get along with people he gets along with. That's not how that works. Not with him. You know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start taking his comments.
that's not in his nature. That's not the Jedi way.
I mean, I must have taken his late comments out of. Maybe I
No,
misunderstood the
one
comment.
thing Jedi is very fucking honest. He's blunt. You know,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
say, I guarantee you, if you say something ridiculously stupid, not that you have, but if you say something ridiculously stupid, he's gonna call you out on it, and he's not gonna be pleasant about it. But that doesn't mean he holds animosity towards you. That's just his personality. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, he just.
You can't take shit like that too serious. I mean, if I took everything that people told me to heart, I wouldn't be able to get up here. I mean, you've heard people talk mad shit on me to me. It doesn't bother me,
Really?
huh?
To be
Yeah.
fair though, Jed. To be fair though, maybe it's because I'm in the free smoke panel so much, but most people respect you. To be fair, out of all this, maybe I've missed the shows, but
Oh
from
no,
what I've
no.
mostly
In the
seen,
free, you see, I don't engage in the free smoke. Though. That's the thing
yeah,
because first of all, you guys are way too, and I include you in that. You guys are way too
yeah,
quick witted for me. I'm not one of those guys that can come up with zingers like that. You guys like y'all just bang them out like it's going out of style. Me, I need to sit. I got to sit down and think about what I'm going to tell you. But when I come at you, you'll know.
yeah. To be honest though, to be an expert at free smoke, you just need to be a degenerate. That's all. I just need to be a degenerate. Like for me personally, I'm kind of getting tired of it. Like I kind of just maybe it's just because I'm getting older. Like I prefer these chill streams where we just come on, talk boxing, have a laugh, and then that's it.
But that's what I look forward to. That's what I want to do is just talk about boxing, and engage in a conversation without having to feel like this is going to be a fight. We can. I love to. One of my favorite things about talking about boxing is agreeing to disagree. You
Yeah,
know, agreeing to disagree is a beautiful thing. Um,
yeah,
and there are subjects like you like Ryan Garcia. I don't. But
yeah,
that doesn't make me think any less of you. You know, you made your point. Watch, Ryan Garcia's going to show. He's like, all right. But then I said my point, and we didn't
yeah, yeah.
argue about it. That's what a conversation consists of. You
Yeah,
know,
do you know what the great thing is? It's actually better to, as long as it's respectful, to disagree because then you can have some really interesting topics and conversations.
oh fuck
If we
yeah.
just sat here and said yes, yes, okay to everything, the show would last about 5 minutes, right?
But I can't
So,
do a show. I can't do a show where look, motherfucker, you got to believe what I'm saying. What I say goes. Errol Spence is the greatest boxer of all times, and Crawford is ducking, and I can't do that.
yeah, and also, as long as you're polite and you're respectful, you can change people's minds. Like me, I
Yes.
used to be a big fan of Demetrius Andrade, but over time I've realized the things young Billy was saying about him were true.
Yeah. I try to. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but
Yeah, I did
I
as well,
have
to
to.
be honest.
I go by. See, when it comes to each fighter, I go by the eye test. What I see. I go by what I see. I can't go by what other people say. I got to go by what I see. You
Yeah,
know, and I'm going to tell you what I see. I can't tell you what other people think. I can tell you what I see. And I think that's the best way to have a conversation is by me talking to you about what I see. Now, if I haven't seen a fight and I see the highlights, I'm giving you an opinion from something that's already skewed in one way or the other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because boxing highlights usually that's what it does. Highlights one boxer or another, but never the both. You know?
With Bubu Andrade, I was a big fan of his. You know, even when he dropped his belt to circle Johnny Bag, I defended it because I thought, look, he's dropping his belt at 160 because he can't get a big fight with Triple G or Charlo, and he's moving up to fight a top contender to become an interim champion to face Canelo, right? So I've got no issue with that. He's talking about Benavidez, Canelo, you know, etc. So I'm cool with him moving up. But when he pulled out the Zach Parker fight twice, then I was just sitting there thinking, okay, now you're gonna fight a journeyman on the undercard. I mean, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, let me put a fight in your eyes and tell me who do you think would win?
yeah.
Andrade, Benavidez.
At this stage, I think Benavidez might be too big for him. What do you
I
think?
think that'd be a good fight.
Be an excellent fight. I think it's a fight that's it's an interesting style clash. I actually want to get back to the Caleb Plant fight. This just hit me. The reason I know the reason why you're undecided. It's the reason why I'm kind of 50-50 on it as well, because their styles are so different.
Yeah.
One guy relies on physical strength, pressure, volume. The other guy relies on, his slick boxing skills, movement, and ring IQ and things like that.
And I'm
So
going to
that's
tell
why
you,
they
like,
go.
Plant's footwork,
Mm,
not for nothing, but Plant's footwork is second to none.
yeah,
And that's hard to beat. It really
yeah.
is.
And I actually
That's
think his
hard to
power
beat.
is underrated. I agree with you. The way he knocked Doral out cold, the way he dropped Ustagi like 3 times. These guys are known for having good chins.
Mm, yeah.
So I don't think David could be as reckless.
What did you think of the press conference? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to hear what you think first. But
Yeah.
what did you think of the press conference, and what did you think of the shots that Plant came out the gate with, out the fucking gate? He came out
See,
swinging.
people say that David. See, people say David got rattled up, and why was he being overly aggressive? David was actually quite cool until Caleb Plant made a slick comment about cocaine. So straight away, that's it.
Oh shit! I
I loved it,
when I
man.
saw that, man, when Caleb Plant went up there, right,
Yeah.
and he said, "I'm gonna be in shape, make
Mm,
weight, boom, left hook, and not be on cocaine." Bam! There's the fucking double right there. Came out
mm.
the gate. It was like,
Benavidez got
and
so
then
angry.
I'm looking at Benavidez, and then, but you could see it in Benavidez' eyes. That motherfucker got death in his eyes.
No, but you have to remember, his family was there, his friends, the media. He
Yeah,
was
I
pulling
didn't
him
like
a
the
fight
fact that his
cocaine.
dad was up on the panel. His dad
Oh
bothered
yeah.
me being up there. I don't know why. It just did.
When he kept calling Caleb Plant a pussy and a bitch.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
that was
did.
weird though. But Caleb Plant made a good point that look, like it's one thing for fighters to go back and forth, but you've never put the gloves on, you never made that walk, you've never pissed blood. So for you to be calling me a pussy and a bitch and a coward, like it's kind of fuck. Like, I guess he found it weird. Although the thing that made me laugh though, Benavidez got so angry, he literally took his glasses off and said, "I promise I'm gonna beat the living fucking shit out of you."
Oh yeah, I loved it, man. See, I feel a little part of me, just a little bit, not a lot. I feel like Benavidez was posturing just a little bit, but trust me, when I say a little bit, most of that was him. But there was a little extra that he put in there for the posture. But when Benavidez came out talking about, he's looking at his phone saying his thank yous. Then he took off his glasses and looked at Plant. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna beat the
No,
living
it's
shit
Caleb
out of you.
Plant. See, Caleb Plant, the thing with Caleb Plant is he makes these slick comments. Like when he's reading his notes, Caleb made a comment like, "Oh, you're reading notes, or are you done?" You made a comment like that. Are you done with your notes, or did you make those last night? And straight away, he put his phone down, took his glasses off, and says, "I promise you, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you, you fucking pussy."
What's up, Mad Chad is in the house. How you doing, brother? Mad Chad.
I'm
Oh
actually
wow,
excited,
everybody
man.
came by today. That's fucking sweet. Everyone came by, say what's up. How you doing, Mad Chad? We're talking about this weekend's events. If you want to talk
The
about it, you're
Mexican
more than
monster.
welcome to. But we're talking about we talked about the Bumgardner fight. We talked about the Navarrete fight with Wilson. I was talking about Torres and
In the refault,
what the fuck was his name? Who did Torres fight?
I'm not sure.
Ah, damn. Anyway, big dude. The dude was a monster. Anyway, Amanda Serrano. I know you're not into the female fighters. I get it. I know that, man. But man, we were talking about everything that happened this weekend. It was fun. It was a fun weekend of fighting. I had a great time, and that's what we've been capping. This is, of course, Aftermath. So, if you want to come up here, Matt Chad, and say what's up. Yeah, Bryant. Bryant, that's his name. Thank you. Thank you. You're more than welcome to come up.
Oh
This is
shit! Talking about the heavyweights. Talking about heavyweights, EJ. I haven't heard your take on this. What are your thoughts on Joe Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang?
Joyce is going to take that. You know that, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good fight though.
Oh, no,
Like,
for sure. It's a good
yeah.
fight. That's going to be a great fight. I'm down for that. Matt Chad in the house. What's up, Matt Chad? Welcome in.
Sunday, fun day, EJ, and you got the Madman Thor up there. Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, brother. Happy Sunday. We're talking about Jimmy just started the conversation about Joe Joyce,
Mm,
the fight
mm,
coming up.
mm.
Versus the Chinaman, Zhang.
Xing Zhang.
Chinaman.
Xing Zhang. The fucking Chinese monster. There's a Mexican monster and there's a Chinese monster. I think the Chinese monster, though, doesn't have much of a gas tank. And I really can't see, he had Herkovich with a bunch of shots, and I just think Joyce is at a whole different level there, Jimmy. At EJ, I really feel like the juggernaut's the real deal, apple pie McCoy. I think he's like, reminds me of a lot of that old George Foreman type. And, I think Zhang is what he is, but I can't see this fight going past 5-6 rounds, honestly, because he's going to get pulverized. Just get a big stretcher ready for the big Chinaman, because I feel
I think the fight will last longer than that. I think it'll go to the 9th or 10th.
Isn't it crazy though? Both of these guys are 6'6", 250 pounds. It's like watching two fucking silverback gorillas go at it.
Dude,
Like, how can you go back to watching
I have Joyce winning.
Hunter Ryan?
I have Joyce winning 9 or 10. I have Joyce winning, but I think it's going to be a good fight.
Oh, it's going to be fun while it lasts. There's gonna be some
It's
fucking
definitely
fun.
going to be fun while it lasts. These guys are going to they're going to fuck each other up.
Just the good old Joe, though. You could say all you want about him being slow, this and that, but he doesn't seem to tire. And I'll tell you, the guy seems to have a granite chin. I mean, that freaking dude took Parker's best shot there, whatever that. I mean, a wicked uppercut and didn't even rattle him. I mean, Joyce is a bit older, but I just feel that's a perfect stylistic matchup for the Juggernaut.
Actually, to be honest, for a heavyweight, he's really not that old. I mean, heavyweight champions usually are around, except for like those phenoms like an Ali or a
Tyson.
But with the amount of fights he's had, though, AJ, he's still on the older side, so to speak. With
but yeah, I see what you're saying, but on average, the champions, the heavyweight champions, are usually around that age, aren't they? Or am I miscalculating? Or do I got my math wrong?
For me, you've got two power punches in there, and you've got two Olympians. Joyce won a silver medal. He was robbed of gold, and Zhilei Zhang has got a silver as well. So you've got two Olympic silver medalists, two power punches, two top 10 guys. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's gonna be a barn burner.
Zhang punches hard, but I think Joyce punches harder.
Yep.
Honestly, Joyce is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh,
yeah, he took big shots off Dubois, Parker.
Whoa.
Dubois. Yeah.
Dubois hit him with a ton of fucking shots.
Yeah, I
Right
was
on
just
the
gonna
button.
say that Dubois hit him
Dubois
hard.
was probably thinking, like, what the fuck, bro? It's discouraging. It's discouraging. I don't care what type of fight you're in, if it's a war or whatever. You hit someone with your best shot, and it just doesn't fucking affect them. It's like, my whole life, this has caused destruction. And this motherfucker just gave me a shit-eating grin, kind of like hinted at me like, now it's my turn, motherfucker. I mean, the Juggernaut's that type of fighter. I'm telling you, man. I think he gives everybody in the heavyweight division a fight. I'm not saying he's going to beat them all, but I think he's a problem for any heavyweight.
For me, he's my favorite British heavyweight right now. He's not the superstar of a Joshua, Fury, or even Dylan White. But for me, man, I just love this guy, man. I feel like he could really be involved in some great fights. He's a cool guy. Very entertaining style. I know people say it's slow, but
to be honest,
it works for him.
I would like to see Joyce and Sanchez go at it. I want to see that fight. I want to see Joe Joyce and Frank Sanchez fight. And I do think, and just so you hear me, and this is purely because I'm skewed towards Sanchez. I do think Sanchez will take it because Sanchez, I believe, is the better boxer, and he's going to stick and run. He's gonna counterpunch, and he's gonna make sure he stays away from Joyce's fucking most lethal weapon.
What do you think of Joyce?
I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. That fight needs to happen.
What do you think of Joe Joyce versus Andy Ruiz, though? Because before the Zhang fight was signed, he was calling out Andy Ruiz.
I think Joyce would fucking demolish Ruiz.
I think Andy's a really highly intelligent boxer, and where he's at with his mind, again, it's like you just kind of like it's. I think it's easy to say someone will demolish somebody or beat him easy.
Here's why I say that. All right?
I
Here's
just
why
think
I say that. What happened to all that brilliance with AJ the second fight? What happened?
he got chunky, and AJ was on the back foot and kind of ran from him the whole fight. You know, it was. I didn't find that was an AJ's best performance, but I thought that was one of Andy's worst. He really let those Snicker bars go to his head. I mean, he got fucking happy. Not that he's a big bone fella to begin with, but he got bigger. I mean, he was over there with a big shit-eating grin, hanging with the Sheik. I mean, he was having fucking fun, bro. Shout out to Andy. And like I say, it was an AJ brilliant game plan. He implemented it, but AJ didn't stand in the pocket with him again. You know, I think the end of
AJ wouldn't stand. He did that once before, and he regretted it.
Because he got cocky, knocked him down, and he got aggressive. He got overly aggressive, and he got chin-checked. And once again, he fought the perfect game plan. But it still wasn't that impressive to me because I felt like he had opportunities to really dismantle Andy, and he didn't. And, you know, it is. But Andy seemed to come back all right. You could take away that he got the knockdown. You know, he got knocked down with that areola, I think it was there. And he hasn't looked the best. But he's still an economical fighter. You know, he's highly intelligent. You can see he's been very, very, you know, experienced and skilled. And I think Andy, you know, with Wilder, you hear a lot of this, Wilder's just going to go in and blow him out. I just see Andy, you know, if he can make it past the first 3-4 rounds, because he's such a cautious fighter, he really is. You know, he's more of a counter puncher, and he fights cautiously until he gets hurt. You know, usually if he gets hurt, or that's when he steps on the accelerator. But normally he's just a classic fucking boxer. It's funny with his, you know, small arms and, you know, but I think Andy gives anybody fucking problems. I really do. Like, again, I'm not saying he beats them all. But you got to have your hands full against Andy fucking Ruiz.
Bruce Gas says, I want to see any of them fight each other. They all ducks.
His hand speed is what shocked me. Like, this guy actually had quicker hands than Anthony Joshua in the pocket. That surprised me. For a fat guy, that guy's got some quick hands, man. That guy's got some quick hands.
The fucking fastest hands in the heavyweight division. I've said this the longest time. When he lets those fuckers go, they're a fucking blur. And they're packing some pop. I mean, that is pretty comical, though, ain't it, Jimmy? When you see a man of that stature, you let his hands go. It's like, what the fuck was that, bro? And he's a brilliant boxer. He's been doing it his whole fucking life, you know? He's got pictures of him and Butterbean as a kid, like he's 7 years old standing with Butterbean. I mean, this fucking Andy Ruiz ain't no fucking joke.
Yeah.
No, you want to chat? I think he got dropped in the Areola fight because, according to him, he crashed the weight too much. He lost way too much weight.
Yeah.
And he put some of it back. And when he fought Luis Ortiz, he got hit with some really big shots, and he took him fine. So maybe losing all that weight, like lose some weight, get in shape. But I think becoming super slim, maybe for Andy at this stage isn't good.
Right, and getting dropped in a heavyweight fight ain't that fucking big of a fucking deal. I mean, most of these motherfuckers get knocked the fuck down. I mean, as Ali said it best, it ain't about what, you know, everybody gets knocked down. It's about do you get fucking up or not. I mean, and I think that's a big misconception. I think you hear it a lot with people. Oh, he got knocked down. He got buzzed. No shit. You know, some firemen end up with a fucking burn on their body. I mean, you know, it's part of the fucking game. If you're a fucking boxer, you're gonna get hurt. I mean, I don't know what fucking sport you guys are watching. Not you guys, but I'm saying
a lot of people don't understand the concept.
He got hurt. Wow, look at him.
A lot of people don't understand in boxing the concept of a chin check is unrelatable to them. That's a big part of the problem. They don't understand what a chin check is. They've never been chin checked because of inactivity or unwillingness to fight, or they don't understand the nuances of the fight, which is why I enjoyed the Navarrete fight so much.
Oh, yeah.
You can always be surprised.
Jed, what a fight that was. That was
Ah,
so fun, man. I stood up screaming at the TV. It started way late, and it was so great to see the underdog, knocked down.
it is. Isn't that
Navarrete. It
fucking
was
terrific
so
to
fucking,
see?
and I wanted Navarrete to win. I kind of like him, I love his style, but when that knockdown happened, I could say I Benedict Arnold. I would
Dude, I was like,
I was hoping for the underdog when he would, like I switched
dude,
up because I had no
when the
dog in
fight
the
was
fight.
going on, no
What a
lie, Chad. When the fight was going on, I was like, oh shit, he knocked him the fuck out. Oh my, I was like, I wanted Navarrete to win, but to see something like that, to see a chin check like that with somebody that's a relatively unknown, that's like a dream come true for him. And that type of situation is what every boxing fan wants to see. They want to see a good fight, and they gave us a good,
great
fucking
fight, Jed. That was EJ. That was that was fight of the year to me. I felt better. I had more exhilaration, more excitement in that fight than I did the Yard Perturbia.
My wife is putting up the boxing gloves right now. That's my wife right there. She's
Navarrete's so fun, and I take away from he looked, but that's that's the way he fucking fights. I think every fight you go up with him, he's getting hit and he's hitting, and he got knocked down, but he got up and he persevered, overcame it.
That's the important. See, people don't take that. They don't understand the important. He got knocked down, but he got back up.
Yeah,
and he came back harder than. I mean, he barely got out of that. He barely got out of that round, but he got out. And he came back, and he still did the same thing. Started fighting the same way, even though his corner was telling him to stop doing what he did. That got him there. He wasn't going to change his ways.
Because I think fans are too critical. They call in, Navarrete and the Australian kid. They call in them bums. I'm like, look, man, they put on a great fight. It's boxing. People get hurt. People go down. It's just the way the sport is.
And the kid flew his family over. If you read into the layers of the story, right? He's a tough kid. Navarrete ain't a fucking technique. He's a fucking warrior that goes in there for war. He's long, he's awkward, fights at different angles, and he's a tough one. But he's in there to fight. He's in there to get hit to hit. And this kid was a perfect storm, so to speak. He had the story with his dad passing away. He was dedicating the fight to be at a championship. So he was going into this fight of a lot of emotion. He was going into it the opportunity. It was his Super Bowl. This was this kid's biggest opportunity of a lifetime. He had to become champion of the world on top rank, on a fucking main event, the main card. And he had everything. And I think Navarrete, in a sense, he kind of taking him for granted, like kind of not saying he's looking past him, but I think he went in there with not that factor. Say if that was Oscar Valdez, I think you would have seen a crazy, definitely a wild Navarrete swinging from his ass, wide punches, but you would have seen a more controlled fucking wildness. You know what I mean? Like he would have been more controlled and focused, I believe. I believe he went into this fight unfocused. He was fighting a nobody. He was a huge favorite. And I feel like the other kid, that X factor that you can't measure, had a lot of just that. You can't weigh the X factor. He was fighting his family.
What impressed me, man, Chad, everything you said is probably true, right? But what impressed me the most after the fourth round knockdown is that he still came back and fought the same way that he usually fights. And that speaks volumes. People don't seem to get that. He gave the man Navarrete's corner gave Wilson more respect than Navarrete did. After Navarrete got knocked down, he still got up and fought him the same way. And eventually got him. Yeah, that was a beautiful knockout, too.
His fucking punches, that was just a great stoppage, too, because he was unloaded on him. I mean, that kid wasn't going to quit. That's the thing. That Australian went in there willing to die. He was going to try his best. He was so focused. He gave 110%. Like if there's if there's a word saying give 110%, that Liam Wilson left it all in the ring. He didn't stop the fight. It was a fucking ref of the corner there. This kid was going to go out on the fucking stretcher. He was going to go out to die. He was going in there and he was not going to stop.
He was not going to give up.
He was not going to give up. And shout out to that Liam Wilson. There's fighters like that. There are fighters like that. So when you see an underdog.
Here's the thing, man, Chad. The fight you just described is exactly what happened with the Serrano fight last night.
Mm.
The Serrano fight last night, Cruz's sister was fighting her. All right, and
Cruz's sister, Cruz, who?
Pitbull Cruz.
Pitbull Cruz's sister was fighting Serrano.
Yeah,
No, I didn't know that. I didn't watch the fights, but no shit, that little
dude,
Pitbull Cruz.
they were in the fucking phone booth all night, and Amanda Serrano had the reach, had the height, and she just stayed in the phone booth with this girl. And let me tell you, Cruz's sister fights crazier than Cruz.
Well, maybe against women, but if she was to step in there with a fucking man, she'd get decapitated. You know,
You knock her out.
Given. That's a given.
Yeah.
Chad, I can
I could look crazy fighting a woman too. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's women boxing.
But I have to.
All right, hey.
I want to give them their respect.
Yeah,
because
for sure. I agree.
Just let me say this. All right. Right now, and people might want to disagree with me. Both you gentlemen can if you want. But right now, if anything, the women's division could possibly be saving boxing right now because you got more women boxing fans joining the boxing community than ever before. And this is a wonderful thing. You know, because you don't have as many men watching the women's fights, but you have a bunch of women now watching the women's fight and the men's fight. I'll give you a perfect example. My wife is a huge fan of boxing now, right? But now I hear her asking me what women are fighting. So the more women, that's an indication that more women are getting involved with the fighting part with the boxing, and this is cool.
I give Ebony Bridges so much respect. Like, I must have wasted half a bottle of lotion on her. So I give Ebony Bridges the ultimate respect.
Oh shit, that's too much. Jimmy.
But you know who's fun? Do you know else is another fun fight for these fucking women though? You know, it goes to show you the heritage and the genetics, how they fight. Like that Dubois sister, Danielle Dubois, she's a tough girl. She won the gold medal, I think. Dubois, sister, the big fat guy that fought Joe Joyce. Rashidi Ellis, I think his sister fights. There's one up here. Yeah, a lot of the sisters fight. The brothers. That's interesting. Pitbull Cruz's, but she's the same type of fighter. Goes right in there, just fucking throwing fucking punches.
I want to welcome Brian Harkin to the.
Harkin.
What's up, Brian?
What up, guys? How you doing,
brother?
Yeah, thought it was a good weekend of cards.
Fondora's sister too. Yeah, Fondora's sister.
Did you take part of the poll I put up there? What did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy Top Rank or did you enjoy the Zone better? Which one did you like?
Well, I only watched the one fight in the Zone.
Say again.
I only watched the one fight in the Zone. So. That was the Serrano Cruz fight.
What did you think of that fight? Was that not fucking like crazy?
That was a great fight. Right? I don't know why 2 minutes for the women. 10 rounds. It gives you a lot of piled action in a short space of time. I
can understand the 10 rounds, but I think they need to go 3 minutes. Honestly.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? If you go 3 minutes, right, you won't get that action. That's that is the reality. So it is, right? You'd have to change it to like
Champ
free.
Ross, welcome to the room, Champ Ross. Champ Ross says,
"Yo, what up, Champ?"
The zone overall was better, but Navarrete Wilson was awesome. Well,
no, that was a great fight too.
Listen, if you watch Navarrete Wilson, but did you watch Torres and what's
Bryant?
That was a knockout.
Torres and Bryant.
That was a knockout.
That was a knockout.
I thought he was going to knock him out of the ring.
Do you think that might be possible knockout of the year?
No, because the guy got up though, right? They stopped it in the corner. He got up from the fucking count.
He got. I don't know. He got up.
I'm saying, I think that has a possibility of being knockout of the year.
No, you get knocked the fuck out, Jed. He got up.
Dude, he couldn't come out of the corner.
Yeah, but he stood up though. Knockout of the year is you're not standing up.
He was done, no jet, right? I get that, right? He was done. I watched that on Saturday morning, you know, on the replay. But yeah, no, it was a great knockout.
Champ Ross says, I think they need to go 2-minute 12 rounds or 3-minute 10 rounds. I agree with that.
Here, no, right here, right. I've a compromise if you're doing 3 minutes, 3-minute 8 rounds. Women can't do 30 minutes.
Oh,
You see them exhausted after.
They can give babies. They can be in labor pain for fucking
yeah, man.
days.
I've
They
seen
can go
women that
fucking
went
3
through
minutes. Yeah, they
36,
run
48
marathons.
hour labor. They
Yeah.
could do it.
They could do it with a midwife at their head. I mean, these women are bred different. These fucking women they should go 4 minutes, 15-minute rounds. These women are fucking different.
They're tough.
They're fucking tough as nails.
Right. No, that Cruz Serrano fight. I didn't see the other fight. I heard
Bumgarner, dude.
Bumgarner. I heard she
busted her up. Yeah, I did. I saw part of it. Well, I'm lying. I closetly watch a little bit of the women.
Dude, Bumgarner. And Bumgarner.
I saw the highlight. I saw her knock her down.
I got hit. Look, yo, I got hit in the head with a chocolate today. This is why. Let me show you why. I got hit in the head with a chocolate today because I did this.
Yeah, that is a funny one though, right there. Wow, Jed, that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Fucking giving mustache rides in the studio.
There you go. I went for the muff dive, and I forgot my wife was right back there.
Yeah, you got hit with a big. Lucky that's all you got hit with, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was thoroughly. This week I couldn't ask for a better weekend as far as boxing goes. It all started with the press conference for the
Plant Benavidez,
in which I plan on going.
You're gonna go to the fight, nice, Jed.
I'm gonna go to that fucking fight.
Fucking right, Jed.
I'm gonna go to that fight. I'm driving there. I'm gonna make a fucking day of it.
Jed goes to great fight. He's been to fucking Ali fight. Now he's going to the Benavidez. He picks classic fights.
I want to see this fight, man. I want to see this fight. I want to be
Who you got it, EJ? Who you picking?
Well, right now I got a 50-50, but this is what I'm saying. If Benavidez wins, it's gonna be by knockout, and it's gonna be 9th or 10th round, right? If Plant wins, it's gonna be by decision. Plant's not knocking out Benavidez. I don't think that's gonna happen. But Plant can win if he goes the distance. That's what I see. So basically I got it 50-50, but I gotta see more from them. So I'm gonna be looking at the camps intently. Champ Ross says the Alvarez girl had no business in there, must have had some bad scouting report from Spain on her. She had undefeated record, but looked like she started boxing last week. That's a bit harsh, Champ. Not for nothing. That's a bit harsh.
But EJ, it's true. You see like these AAU basketball teams up here in Maine and New Hampshire, 32-0. You know what I mean? And then you go see them play down in New York. They lose by fucking 34. You know what I mean? It's like it's your competition. You can look real good against.
I totally understand.
And
I know what Champ is saying. I know what Champ Ross.
I know what Champ is saying too, for sure.
But I'm telling you, this weekend I'm pretty content with all the boxing this weekend. And then
it was good. I enjoyed.
I'm looking for Inouye and fucking Fulton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Here's the thing: there's fights to be made. That's the right. That's the thing. They're talking about May 20th for Serrano and Katie Taylor, right? Tyson Fury is looking to fight on the same night as what do you call them?
Virgil and Stanlionis.
So that'd be earlier on in the night of the
what
UK
happened
time.
with Stanlionis? Did something happen with Stan? I thought I heard something.
Yeah,
he's back.
Yeah, he had an operation on the stomach. Apparently, he had tonsillitis or something like that.
Oh,
So yeah, he had to get his appendix out, or so. What nothing you can really do about that. It was just postponed for a few weeks.
yeah, Champ Ross. Foster Vargas should be fired this weekend. Most definitely.
Like,
We
yeah,
can-
there's good fights. There's absolutely great fights that can be made. Some intriguing, Plant Benavidez we talked about. You're going to that. That's going to be, that's going to be the boxer versus,
That's the boxer that's the classic boxer versus the puncher. So
Yeah.
we're going to see what happens there because
my thing with Benavidez, even though he's got quick hands and all that there, and his hand speed's phenomenal. He's great on combinations. If he worked in his footwork, he'd be a far better fighter.
yeah, well, even though Benavidez does have the ability to cut off the ring, his execution on cutting
He
off
follows.
the ring is
He follows.
lackluster.
He follows, right?
His
He doesn't
boxing
cut off.
IQ
He follows.
His boxing IQ, I think, is underrated. I think he knows when to throw punches. I think he knows when to step on the gas. I think he's high IQ with his defense. Yes, he is basically on a line, but he has that supernatural cat twitch reflex that you can't really teach. Like he stays his distance. He's got that long reach. And a lot of times when he is getting hit, it's not that hard knuckle right through your skull type punch. Like he's going back. He's got that. I think he's a more skilled boxer than a lot of people are giving him credit for. The dude's been doing it for a minute. This dude's been in the gym his whole fucking life. And I'm not saying he's got world-class footwork, world-class fucking defense.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. But I'm saying I think you could call it average.
Yeah, my thing with him is in this fight particular, this is the best opponent in his professional career by far he's been in the ring with.
Facts.
So this, for me, even though he's looked great in some fights, he's looked spectacular with the hand speed and all that there, for me, this is a step-up fight for him. So, we will see how good he is.
This is a step up fight.
This is a big step up fight.
This is a big step up fight. For him, and this is a good fight for Caleb Plant.
Yeah, my thing about Plant is stamina later on in the fight.
My thing with Plant is that Plant has some superior, second to none footwork.
Yeah,
I like Plant's footwork. He's like I said, it's second.
Check the box in that one for Plant for sure. That's definitely a Plant. Check the box. Going into the fight.
And he has an above average. I believe he has an above average ability with his jab. Now,
yeah, he got a good jab. It's
now,
the stamina for me, So
if he works on his stamina, right, and he is confident, he has to be definitely more confident than he was when he got in the ring with Canelo. He needs to be as confident, if not more confident, than he was with Durrell. All right, for me, because I know that these men are going to go into that ring with bad intentions, but I feel that Benavidez is going to go in that ring with more bad intentions than Plant.
I watched the press conference. I watched it yesterday.
What'd you think of it? I love that press conference. That press conference got me excited, man.
All the aggression came from Benavidez.
No, but see, wait, hold on a second. Yeah.
Plant was calm.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Right?
Wait. Yeah,
Plant was calm.
The aggression came from Benavidez. Yes. He got up, and I felt like 2%, maybe between 2 and 5% of that was posturing. But as far as intelligence-wise, right?
Plant won that.
Plant came out swinging smart.
Oh yeah, right.
Plant threw those first 2 shots, and it got Benavidez emotional.
And the old man emotional.
Yes, he did. The old man. The old man.
The part when he mentioned the part when Plant mentioned we could have had this fight years ago, but you marinated your camp wanted to marinate the fight, that pissed off Ben. I'm pissed off his father to the point, like I freaking enjoyed it. It was my favorite part of the weekend
Yeah.
of the
Dude,
box, right? So
that
it was,
made
right?
my fucking week, man. Did you see? I got so excited that, and you know I don't do this, right? I got so excited that immediately afterward, I jumped on YouTube and came live. I did it.
Yeah.
I had to. I was that excited.
Yeah. No, I freaking enjoyed it. People told me to go back and watch it, and I was on a live yesterday, and I popped off, had to go somewhere, so I went away for an hour, came back, and I watched it, So and I was like, yeah, I could see what people were talking about, it was.
And not to hop on things, but you hear so much about the production company that put that event on. That was just the press conference. It was world class to me. It was real eventful, and it had people talking. And I think you hear so much negative with certain promotional groups that like a lot of times the PBC, they put on some good fucking cards. They really do, man. And I think the whole pay-per-view turns people sour, but. It's just they do have great cards, and they seem to be really run professionally.
Do you know the interesting thing about this, right? And if you go and ask 100 people,
yeah,
right, who wins this fight? Maybe 60 would say Benavidez, and 40 would say Plant, or 55 would say Benavidez, 45 would say Plant, right? Or 50 would say right? This is literally a pick and fight. And do you want to know something in boxing? And people would have their reasons why the other guy will win. You want to know something in boxing? We don't get that. We don't get that enough.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
And
yeah,
that's why it's interesting.
You get it in every sport except boxing.
Yeah, that's why.
It's been a hot minute since I felt that way. Honestly,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's been a hot minute since I felt that way, and
That's why this fight will gather interest.
Yeah.
Because it is literally a pick and fight.
I'm thinking, honestly, because there's so much bad blood between these two, and if they play the press up right on it, I think this could do some seriously good numbers on pay-per-view.
And it's just not right. Why some blood is for show.
No, I think it's just there.
I don't think this is for show.
Yeah, this is legitimate. Hate and discontent.
Legitimate. Right. This is two guys who really want to beat each other up. You want to pummel each other.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a 50-50 fight. It's a pick and fight. It's the brawler versus the boxer. Right? Can the brawler get on the inside? Can he utilize his quick punches? Can he parry shots to get in? Can Caleb Plant keep it long range? Pop, move. Pot shot, move, change his angle, pop, move, make
stay off the ropes.
Stay off the ropes.
Yeah, Caleb Plant is good mid to long range, and I believe Benavidez is good mid to
short range.
Mid to short range. Am I correct here?
Yeah. Mid to long range is Caleb's Plant. Yeah.
So what happens when both of these two individuals meet up in mid range?
I don't think that's where I think Plant's going to like Hakan just said. He's going to try to pop up, pot shot, move, just move, just try to gain his respect.
But what I'm saying though is eventually these two are going to meet up mid range. What do you think will happen?
Fuck it, that's where Benavidez will capitalize. I think.
If that happens, I would give it to Benavidez.
Oh
if they meet up mid range, Benavidez' power.
Yeah,
is gonna fuck.
Yeah, I broke this down a big say-so, right? If it becomes a slugfest, Benavidez wins.
Yeah. Hey, EJ, thanks for having me, Hakan. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys have a great Sunday.
Thank you for
coming, always great conversations with you men. Everybody.
Yeah, we talk civil here. It's not like it's not the flavor of the week channel.
Jimmy's good. Jimmy was good, man.
Jimmy always
Jimmy,
behaves himself
yeah,
here. He
fucking
always
right.
behaves himself here. I love that about him. He behaves himself here because we talk normal.
God
But when I-
bless, fellas. God bless. God bless. We talk
Yeah.
normal.
Have a good one, Mad Chad,
I
man. Have a
agree
good
with
one.
that. I'll be over at your channel because I know you're going live, my brother, and I'll be over there to say what's up. And you know, just as long as we don't have certain people over there, I'm good. You know, so now I'm not telling you not to have them over. It's just I avoid getting on when certain people
Same.
are.
So I'm starting to do that. You know, save my sanity.
Yes, you have
You
to.
know what I mean?
Brian, I don't know, man. This weekend in boxing for me, Brian has been
Yeah.
yeah. That's right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed. I didn't see the Budner fight or what, you know, I didn't see that fight, but I have to go and watch it. But that seemed to be a good weekend of cards. Yeah, I enjoyed the Wilson Navarrete. I really did.
Wilson. Yeah, that motherfucker came back.
Here, let me tell you something about he looked good when he was in the orthodox stance. He was boxing well,
But
right?
he looked better in southpaw though. That's
No,
where
he
he did
doesn't.
the most
No,
damage.
yeah, that's where he did the most. He landed one punch in the southpaw stance, right?
Right.
He was boxing better, right? Technically, in the early rounds when he was orthodox, he was boxing better. He was landed better shots. He was moving better. He landed one punch in the orthodox stance, and for the rest of the fight, he tried landing the same punch over and over and over again, and Navarrete caught on to it.
Yeah, no, with that when you go head hunting and if you get caught, that's it for your game. And
Yeah.
and the thing is, he should have kept switching back and forth, and he should, in my honest opinion, you and I might differ on this, but I think that if he would have stayed in southpaw a little more.
He did stay in southpaw. He got beat. He got beaten.
Wait. No, because he kept switching back and forth. All right.
No, but right. Look at him. Rounds 5, 6, and 7. Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. He tried landing that right hook again and again and again from the southpaw stance. Every time he was in the southpaw stance, he had one goal: land that right hook again. That was it. When he was in the orthodox stance, he was actually boxing better.
You think so? I thought he did
I
better.
100% agree with that.
Maybe it's because of the knockout. Maybe I'm a little skewed because of the knockout.
He landed the one.
knockdown.
He landed one good punch. He landed when he was in the southpaw stance. He landed one good punch, and then right, he went to that punch every single time. He was, mid range. Right. He tried to land that. He tried to land that right hook on the southpaw stance.
Dude, he
didn't
came
work
close
for
a lot. He hurt. Let's get something straight. He hurt Navarrete more than 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he did. He did. And the majority
And that was
of times he
because
hurt him.
that was because of that southpaw stance.
No, the majority of times he hurt him. The majority of times he outboxed him, especially in the early rounds. He was orthodox.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to watch it again. I know that there's one of the channels that put it up there. I'm gonna watch it again because
Yeah,
I swear I remember him hurting Navarrete. Not only the 4th round, but I remember it the 6th round. I remember him hurting Navarrete the 6th round, and he was in southpaw.
Because he was looking for the one punch all night. After he landed that punch and put him down, he was looking for that same punch all night long. So he was. That's why he was constantly in the southpaw stance.
But that's the whole thing about Navarrete, because Navarrete is so unorthodox.
Yeah.
Right? The way he leaps in with the punches and the angles that he comes in, that's what he's famous for. And he just got caught. Listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Wilson. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm doing.
He got caught
with that bullshit this time, and this time it cost him.
He got caught in between shots, right? He was throwing right and he was throwing wide. He was trying to, land at an angle. He got caught in between shots, and it was a short. Bruce, I remember nothing. I'll be soon going here, Bruce. I'll be soon going that way. So, hey, but That's what I remember, right? He got caught, beautiful left hook, but then he tried to land that punch over and over and over again, and that's when he stopped boxing. That's when he stopped hitting and moving, because his better boxing came from the orthodox stance. His better movement came from the orthodox stance. His better shots landed early on in the fight came from the orthodox stance. Right, he just landed with a right hook from the southpaw stance, and he said, "That worked for me once. Let me try it again." And Navarrete started reading that, and that's why he was able to, take advantage. And then Navarrete's gas tank at the end won him the fight.
Navarrete has a good gas tank. I don't care.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he
has
does.
a good gas tank, and he's impressed me. I don't, people are talking mad shit because he got knocked down, but he impressed me not only by getting up after getting hit really fucking hard, because he got, let's call it
He got
what
rocked.
it is.
He got rocked, right? He got rocked.
Not only was he on the way down with that, it was a right hook, right? It was a right hook.
Yeah, it was a right hook. Yeah,
it was a right hook, and he got hit 2 more times before he hit the canvas. So let's think on that. Think on that.
And think about it. Think about it, right? That was, I said this on Big Seyfried's panel yesterday, and I'll say it again. When he spit out that gum shield at 8, veteran fucking move. Loved it.
Yeah, that's what you all right. Remember when Errol Spence and Ugas fought, and Ugas got the better of Errol Spence because they got split apart, and I thought it was kind of slimy that Ugas got that punch in, right? And then Errol Spence got pushed up against her. He spit that fucking that thing out quick.
Yeah. That's a veteran.
That's a classic move.
I said that at the time, veteran move. I loved it. Right. That's
how you had to turn it around, getting more time. That's fucking. That's just boxing. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Now I can understand Wilson's frustration that that seemed like a long count. Nah, that's just a fight game, buddy. You got to learn how to do that shit.
As a 10 count you got to remember, right? It's a 10 count at the referee's discretion.
Yep.
It says that in every fucking rule book in boxing you ever read, from the amateurs to the professionals to any government bodies. A 10 count at the referee's discretion.
Like
right?
my issue, I had a big
issue.
Fans
don't understand.
I had a big issue with that 10 count. When Tyson lost to Douglas, right?
Yeah,
I thought for sure that Tyson won that fight because Tyson knocked the fuck out of Douglas. Douglas went down, and that count seemed like it took for fucking ever.
But remember 10 count at the referee's discretion. You know?
I know.
So and like I learned that from a very young age. Don't get frustrated if you put someone down or if someone stops and the referee does a long 10 count. Don't get frustrated. It's just boxing is something a referee will count a 10 differently than another one.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's it, right? So, but when he spit out that mouth guard, I'm like, this guy is hurt and he's just looking for a little bit extra time. I love it.
Yeah.
If I was training a guy and he was hurt and he did that, he waited to the 8th count to spit out his mouth guard. I'd be like, you fucking genius. Right?
My thing here is that's an old school trick, and I see nothing wrong with it.
100%.
It's a way to survive. My thing here is I was thoroughly entertained with that fight. I take nothing away from either fighter. I think they both gave us an excellent show. They gave us. I was thoroughly entertained. I seen what I came to see. I seen what I paid for. A fucking good fight, not a lopsided fight. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Wilson was not a tomato can. He was not a fucking taxi driver. Wilson was in there to win, and he almost did. Did. But Navarrete showed the heart of a true champion, got up after that, dusted himself off and went back into the game and came back harder. So that's what boxing is about. So if you learn anything today, if you learn anything from that Navarrete Wilson fight, that is exactly what boxing is about. Take it for what it is, the true sport that it is. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I enjoy good action. It was a good action fight. Wilson had his spots, Navarrete had his spots, and at the end, when Navarrete was on top, Wilson couldn't deal with it.
You know who the real winner was? Us as fans.
Us, always,
we were
right?
the real winners in this on that fight.
When we get good fights, we're the winners. That's always the way it is, and that's always the way it will be. And this was a fight where people were going, Navarrete's gonna, and technically he should have, right? From the outset, look, he should have, right? But Wilson came to fight, and he gave him a good fight, and he showed he was strong. He's moving up to 130 pounds.
I gotta ask you a question though. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on, let me get this. I want to make sure it's up here. Okay. All right. Did Bumgarner do this just in case it did have to go to the judges, that she would get a little edge?
That ain't bad at all.
Dude, did she do
Fuck her,
that?
Meg.
Do you think she did that for the judges? Hey, I'm gonna give
Probably.
you a little show. Give me some points.
Probably. All I gotta say is that woman there's got thicker legs than Deontay Wilder.
Ah, God damn, man. She can kick my ass any fucking day she wants, man. And twice on Sunday.
Yeah, she got thicker legs than Wilder. That's all I know. Hey, which ain't too hard. Wilder's got those chicken legs. So he does.
Dude, I am gonna say these two though. Holy shit.
Oh man. That was a great fight. Here, I'm telling you now, the Reese woman, she came to fight. And Serrano has proven in the past she's tough. She proved again, right? She's tough. She could take a beating. She was taking good shots. I don't think Cruz technically was a great fighter.
No, Cruz fought like her brother, only threw more punches.
Yeah, right. The difference is, right, when Serrano hit, you could feel it. You could feel it showing.
Yeah.
Right. But like just the hard work that Cruz put in, just coming forward, not trying to give a back foot. I'm saying, if you want to stand in the middle of the ring with me, you're going to have to outwork me. I love that. She came in. She knew she technically wasn't better, so she said, I'm going to try to make it an inside fight, and I'm just going to try to outwork you.
Let me ask
she
you
worked her. She worked her strength.
Did she do that workout?
Oh, I wish I was doing that workout. If you want to be like Daniel Bryan and do the yes movement, yes.
Oh.
Daniel Bryan got strong arms from doing this workout. Yes.
Oh my God. These two brought back to me. All right, brought back that feeling from the 80s. They did. They really did. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They gave me that feeling from the 80s. That nostalgia that I had from boxing in the 80s and the 90s.
I enjoyed this.
And this fight was great.
I enjoyed this fight a lot better than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Put it like that. It surprised me. Right. One woman fought to her strengths. The other woman played into that strength. But when she stepped back and she boxed, she looked a lot better. When she created separation and distance, she looked a lot better. But it was a good fight. I had it 6-4 to Serrano.
Mm-hmm.
I could give 4 rounds to Cruz in that
Actually,
fight.
You and I score very similarly. We might not see the same rounds as each other does, but we usually come up with around the same count. I've noticed that about the two of us.
Yeah.
You usually come
You
out
know?
with the same score. And that's
Yeah.
what I had it. I had it 6-4.
Yeah, and I thought it was a very good fight. I really enjoyed it. The one thing was Cruz. She just lost a bit of stamina at the end. That was she could have come in
But that's
and give
because she
it.
throws so many punches, though.
Yeah,
She never came in with less than a 3-punch combo.
yeah, right. Especially ripping to the body.
Yeah.
She'd rip to the body and come to the head. Right, head down. You know, right. Like technically wasn't great, but she did what she did. She knew her limitations. She said, "I'm going to fight my fight." You know, and you're going to fight my fight in times two. And Serrano stood there and said, "All right, I'm going to try it." And then when she stepped back and she boxed, she looked a lot better. That was the main difference, right? Serrano had something
I
next
think
with
I
her game.
think I think Serrano made a conscious choice. Honestly, I think Serrano made a conscious choice to show everybody what she's made of.
Yeah,
And I'm
she
glad
thought,
she did. I'm glad
yeah,
she did. And then if you saw the reactions to the other boxers around the ring, and you know who was there, they were all there. And if you look at the expression on their faces, they're like, "Oh fuck, this bitch means business."
yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah,
I think she was basically showing everybody, especially those other female boxers that were around the ring. She was showing them I could do just about any style, and she proved it.
100%, right? You know, she didn't look better in the separation inside the pocket.
Yeah,
It
she
was
could have taken
great.
advantage and just
Yeah, because when someone have the head down, you're the superior boxer, and you're throwing straight punches, and they're trying to throw hooks, trying to get in close, throw hooks, rip to the body, their head down like this here. You throw a couple uppercuts, you move to the side, pop, pop, pop. Don't load up the shots, pop, 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 move, make them miss. You know, you take away their. She just said, "I'm going to stand in there and fight with you." That's what Rattle did. She chose that style.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to call it here, Brian, because I have been on for 2 hours and 48 minutes, and I
Yeah.
never go on this long.
Okay.
But I want
Okay.
to, Brian, I want to thank you very much for coming up here. I want to thank Mad Chad. I want to thank Jimmy for coming up here. Bruce, all you guys, everybody that supports me, I want to thank you for all the likes. I want to thank you for coming up here. And one more thing, let me just say this because it's something that needs to be said. It helps us a lot by hitting the like and the subscribe buttons. It helps me with the algorithms. I need as many uh, tips and clicks as I can get. I want to prove to these people that I'm not just a fluke here. And if you care to, you're more than welcome to donate to at paypal.me/electrojet or a Cash App $electrojet65. And if you want to support me that way, that'll help keep the lights on here, and I'd appreciate it. But it's not necessary, but it is appreciated. That being said, Brian, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, no, just thanks for having me on, EJ, and everyone. Hit the like button, subscribe, and have a good one, guys. Peace.
Thank you. And oh wait, I got something for you. I got to do this. This is for you, Brian. I'm gonna do this just for Brian. Where is it at? There it is.
In the red corner, Leonard B. Davis.
I want to thank everybody for showing up today, and thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the panelists that came up and conversated with me. I enjoyed this weekend's boxing. I will be doing this a lot more. I'm back, and I am going to be back with a vengeance, guys. Thanks. Peace out. Treat others with respect, and if you can help people that are less fortunate than you, not only will it do your soul good, it'll help them out. Thank you, everybody. I will see you next time. Peace.